a few other things, and I'm just excited to see where I could take it, man. Like I got a real passion for music and sports, so I'm grateful to be with y'all doing this on the sports tip, and I'm grateful to be dropping records on the music tip. You know,
Yes, sir, man. Much respect because it takes a lot to do things like that, especially when it's like traveling involved and shit like that, where you
hmm
have to wait such a long time to do what you want to do. I really have a lot of, I would say, respect for people that do that. So, big shout out to you, bro, for that, for sure. For sure, for sure.
appreciate you,
Tapping y'all.
appreciate
Yeah, yeah, bro. It costs a lot of money, a lot of hours, a lot of hours. And I think like the mental of like how tough you have to be to like consistently grow it up and do that up. It's not cut out for like a whole lot of people. So it's a lot of, I would say, labbing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
you. No, facts,
Yeah.
facts.
Castro would know he
But
spent a lot of time making that boo boo ass music he be making.
Wait a minute, he makes music? I didn't know that.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
Castro make music.
he nice. He has a really solid sound. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I like his the pocket he sits in. He has a good voice. No homo. Pause. Whatever.
You don't have to say it's music.
Yeah, no,
No, I'm just
I'm
saying.
playing.
You
No,
know the
Castro,
little
yeah, Castro got
kids.
a couple cool
You
songs
know,
though.
the
He
little
got a
kids.
couple,
Man,
you know.
can't get clipped up. He has a nice voice. West said
Yeah.
another man has a nice voice.
Oh my god, that's so
Yeah, I
juvenile.
was gonna say you gotta
That
leave
type
that.
shit.
Also, Wes, is your camera not on or is that just me?
It's on. You niggas have not seen me. Excuse the N words. I haven't seen me this whole time. Like, let me.
No, we haven't. I see a
No.
black
No.
screen. Yeah.
That's
I was gonna say something about that.
That's why I refreshed. I was like, is it me? Does he know?
Perfect. You go, Wes.
Yeah,
We can
now
see
you
you
good.
loud and clear. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. Why playback doing me like that? It's like if I don't turn my camera on as soon as I hop on stage,
Mm-hmm.
it won't like when I engage it, it won't engage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, oh well.
And they be doing y'all bold. I'm about to share my screen real quick to make sure that y'all can see this as soon as I get the grasp of all these buttons at the bottom. Okay.
I
There
was
we
gonna
go.
say,
Uh,
Dre, B Souls, we gotta have a convo. Well,
a lot of buttons, but they're getting there. They're getting there. First off, this is the thumbnail for this week's episode. Had to put Kawhi there because day by day, I'm starting to find out just how savvy Kawhi really is. Always getting to the bag. Gotta respect that. He's in my top 5 for a whole other reason, so that'll be fun to discuss. But let me share the official tier list that we have here for 2026. Bam.
I don't know if there's ever been a more efficient career in the sports history.
I really don't.
I mean,
I really don't. Real
limited
talk, yeah.
playing time, multiple championships, multiple finals MVPs, multiple super maxes, and money, illegal money, and ownership on the side. I'm talking, bro, he been going crazy. Hey, shout
Yes.
out to Kawhi, man.
Shout out
Kawhi.
Uncle Dennis, man.
I was about to say.
You gotta have some
Oh,
good
gotta
people
shout
in
out
your
Uncle
corner,
Dennis too.
man. Shout
That's
out Uncle
facts.
Dennis, man. Uncle Dennis said them boys gonna give you what you worth and then some. We call that extortion 101. I got a class on it if you want, get in.
I'm happy that we're like somewhat, I would say, talk about this now because there's a narrative going out there that apparently the reason why Kawhi didn't want to suit up is because they didn't follow up, and apparently his uncle wanted them to pay before he actually played. Because after that happened, I heard that he played the rest of the season. I think that might be
Mhm.
reaching a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, man. Hey, Balmer. It's over, buddy. But I don't know what to tell
Yeah, they
you.
got him now.
Hey,
I don't know,
Torres
bro.
on your ass. I don't know what to tell you, gang. Yeah, that you've been exposed. Now, whether Adam decides to do something about it or not, time will tell. But
He ain't
what
doing
we
nothing.
do know is you illegally paid Kawhi Leonard, and it's fine. It's whatever. It's, I'd rather him just come out and say like, F it. Yeah, we did it. It's
Do you know
cool.
do you know who I own? The Clippers.
Like what? Like it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
What is he, the sixth richest man in the world? You gonna
Yeah,
tell him
something
how to
like that,
spend, what to do with his money? No, you're not. No, you're not. He'll pay the fine.
I'm just cracking up because this is like clearly Ballmer went to lengths to try and avoid this. Dude could have just hooked him up with some Microsoft stock and called it a day. Just like
Yeah,
what
this
are you
could have
gonna
been
do?
way cleaner. This absolutely like this whole process could have absolutely, I would say, really be cleaner. I think the funny part though is Pablo deadass waited and gave them a
Smart.
week and said, "Oh, bet it up. Here's another one, another one." So it's like now they got to really fight back against it again. I don't know what's gonna happen of it, but all I know is the biggest winner has to be Kawhi, no matter what we talking about. That's insane.
Yeah.
So
His money safe.
yeah,
Can
he
something
is
happen
secure.
to Kawhi, or it would just be Ballmer?
It
I
has to
think
be
it's just
Ballmer.
Ballmer at this point, right? Yeah, because like he already signed the contracts. So
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
Kawhi's
know.
got the better excuse of like, Ballmer keeps talking about aspiration, like, they got me. Like Kawhi's got the same out. It's like I didn't know what I was getting into. They sold me on a pitch. I like to plant trees. Like, what am I gonna do?
I like to plant trees.
Yeah,
Yeah. 2 for
don't
1
give
said
the
Kawhi's
Lakers
contract has to
front
get voided.
We don't
No.
give the Laker front office too much credit as Laker fandom, but my God, y'all want to thank them for not getting involved with that foolishness in 2019.
Oh man.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, no, we're not doing that, Kawhi. No, we're not. Actually, we're actually not. Yeah, we're good. Actually, you go do that with Steve. Actually, yeah.
need to get investigated in the Luka trade. Yeah, Pablo's got y'all next.
Actually, the next one he was considering was Jalen Brunson. We're not on the
Yeah.
list, buddy.
Not yet.
I mean, y'all might be
Give it
third.
time. I'm about to
Listen,
say,
y'all might
Castro.
y'all might be third.
Castro.
I don't know.
Castro, you know who's for sure not on the list? Miami, because y'all don't get anybody. So I mean, hey,
Y'all definitely not on the list at all.
From
Yeah.
investigation. Hey, you're
You're straight,
mid, buddy. Hey, you are
You're Gucci.
safely mid.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Fuck you.
Y'all are safely paying Tyler Hero. Continue to do that.
In the chat, 2 for 1 said Ballmer got his Harvard roommate who owns the remaining 1% that Ballmer doesn't own of the Clippers to pay up Kawhi in 2022. What?
yeah, that was the second episode that Pablo did.
That's what Pablo. I don't know if it was today or another day, but I saw it today.
Okay.
And they're basically saying like that's the smoking gun, like, and by happenstance, guess what his name is? Take a wild guess.
Dennis.
Dennis.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
man.
Geniuses.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But we'll see. And same guy, Dennis J. Wan, not Ballmer, has a daughter that worked at Aspiration. I gotta read the article. This is getting wilder and wilder by the comment, but I'm gonna tap in. But in other news, as you can see, this is the player pool. Now, I'm not gonna hold you. Shit's kind of mid. I want to ask y'all if there's anyone you think is like prominently missing before we get started. I have a couple saves in the background just in case, but these are the names right here.
Okay, well, see, here's the problem with this list, right? This is the hardest position to do because these guys are just wings anymore and play whatever position. My number one is not on the list because I treated him like a 3 because he's played, I think, 2 or almost 3 different positions at this point in his career.
Okay.
So he's not here. I guess we're treating him like a 2 guard, in which case I guess I could just move everyone down. But I mean, spoiler alert, J-Dub was my number 1. So he's not here. Did anyone else have J-Dub on the list? Right. Real talk. Did you treat him like a 2 guard or a 3?
2,
Okay.
because I
So.
see Lou Dort as the 3.
Yeah, that was my thing. I kind
Fair.
of saw Dort more of a 3 than Dub physically. I don't know how fair that is. OKC really confused me because they have like 4 guys that can legitimately play multiple spots. So
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure what was fair there.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Our real
Mhm.
3 is Dub. It's really Shea at the 1, Dort at the 2, and Dub at the 3.
That's what I thought.
But
Okay.
I don't like. I'm not going against what's been listed, and so it is what it is. But yeah,
Yeah.
offensively, Dub is really our 3. And it's, but again, it doesn't really matter. Like it is such a positionless NBA now. But yeah,
Yeah, this is the toughest position. And I said to the guys in the chat, like I'm not gonna fight too hard if you got a guy. A lot of these, I think it's total crapshoot. Like I don't think there's any guarantees really pretty early on for next season with these guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm okay to add Dub to the list because if he's on his list, he's probably gonna be one. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's not a hard add. I'm not opposed. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to y'all what y'all want to do.
I mean, I could see Dort being the 2, especially defensively, because he does a lot of the POA
Yeah.
stuff. That's usually a guard more times than not. J Dub is playing more 3-4 defensively. But I would say offensively, Wes said he's more of the 3, but I do think offensively he does kind of operate as a 2 guard for OKC, where he's like handling the ball and what's secondarily, of course, but doing pick and roll stuff where Dort's kind of more so just standing in the corner for the most part.
Right.
I don't mind putting Dub on the list and making him number 1. I mean, I'm all for that though.
Say less than. I'll
Yeah.
quickly add him because I'm savvy at using computers. ESPN headshots. We're just gonna add him up in here real quick. I will say this, man. Every every list I look at, we have an OKC player
Mm-hmm.
like in every range. Like that team is actually kind of bonkers. The more and more that I see it grow, So
Yeah,
I would say shout out to y'all, man.
some people
That
are
shit's
blessed
crazy.
playing with the best team of their generation, and then they get to run around screaming championships. It's funny.
Mm. That's interesting, man. I like that shot.
hey man, how about them Packers, man? Them Packers on TV right now, man.
Oh,
Man.
Them Packers. All right.
If you got the split screen, have us on one side, the game on the other side. I do advise.
There you go.
I respect on that for sure.
Who they playing?
The Commanders.
Okay.
All right, so then if we were to introduce this, well, my tiers didn't save on my phone for some reason, but that's fine. We'll just redo it here. Obviously, as we've been doing them all, the best player goes into one tier. Then we do the 2 through 5 to round out the top 5. Then we give our 6 through 10 range. Then we have our 11 through 15. And then we have our honorable mention at the end, which is capped at 3, I believe. I'm not gonna hold you. That's gonna probably be the most disgusting part about this list in particular. So we'll see how that looks at the end here. But yeah, man. I'm assuming if we're gonna add Jalen Williams to this list, we all have him at 1. Or does anyone disagree with that? Okay, go ahead, Wes.
I mean, I still gave it to the Cyborg, man. Excuse me. I think obviously for 82, I would prefer J-Dub, but I still think Kawhi is, head and shoulders the better basketball player right now. Still, even I think offensively he can be dependent on so much more than J-Dub. I think he has a higher ceiling and floor, and that means a lot to me. And then defensively, as crazy as it may seem, he still has real value. J Dub is obviously the better defender at this point in his career, but Kawhi is still such a clear positive. I had to go Kawhi.
Yeah, on my list, I had Kawhi at 1. And I said coming into last year, his availability really irks me because he feels like such an impossible player to rank because he doesn't play the majority of the season. And then even in the playoffs, he doesn't give you like a concrete enough sample size to know where he's at. But after he came back, he kind of picked up right where things were, had a dominant stretch at the end of the season, and I think had a solid playoff run. Although I will say I wasn't super high on what Kawhi did this year in the playoffs. No hate, but I think he was just kind of outside of that like dominant game too that had the timeline going about, oh my God, Kawhi play, is he a better player than Jalen Williams? Yes, I think he is. Am I taxing him because of the games played? I think the level that Kawhi can reach, I think I would take over Jalen Williams. I want to ask you this though. Do you think J-Dub has caught him on defense?
Absolutely has.
He surpassed him.
Surpassed him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Here's the thing. I mean, so J-Dub on my list was firmly 1. You guys know I do the ranges. J-Dub could not go any lower. To me, I think he's the definitive best small forward in the league.
Wow.
The next 3 guys are all 2 through 4. I think the number 2 spot is up for grabs this year. That includes Kawhi. And I think Kawhi is actually slipping. I think the regression is due. And like, I get what we're saying. I am taxing the regular season.
Okay.
And I mean, call it projection or whatever. J-Dub just had a 40-piece in the finals. Like, I think it's fair to say if he's going up, the same chances that Kawhi's going down. So I'm giving the credit to J-Dub.
I really don't think I could be terribly upset at that. Because again, like a lot of Kawhi's value is predicated on small samples in the regular season and then what he's able to rise to in the playoffs. And I would argue the level that he rose to this year in the playoffs isn't large enough to encompass the entire season. I'm fine with hearing that point out. My only thing is if I have to project, I kind of feel like this might be a healthier season for Kawhi this year, which might be cap, right? But he's actually like, he came into this offseason healthy. And I haven't been able to say that about him in the past 4 years.
Well, that we know of. I'm kind of with Derek. Like at this point, you're trading off too much value to have Kawhi Leonard even available for the playoff run, where he then plays like mid 5 out of the 7 games of the playoffs. I don't know. He played 38 games so he could be available in the playoffs to be like really good. And then the year prior, where you tried to offer regular season value by playing games, he then can't do the playoff run. So I don't know. J-Dub at this point, I do think he's a young enough player. He's provided enough evidence of him improving on a year-to-year basis. And to me, I think since the 23-24 season, he's a better defender now, right? I think he's a better passer and playmaker now. And if he can get back to that level of shot making, because I do remember that's when I was watching a lot of OKC games at 23-24. J-Dub was having an incredible shot making year that year. If he can kind of mold all of those things together, at that point, I do think, is it still better than Kawhi? I mean, maybe not, but it's close enough. And then I'm taking the value of him playing.
Right.
Absolutely, I am. And even if all of that doesn't come together, even just the player he is right now, I'm still taking the availability over Kawhi Leonard. And I'm actually gonna Kawhi's not my number 2 either because of these reasons. I'm
Okay.
good on healthy Kawhi at this point. Like, we got to the playoffs and he had a fantastic, what was that, game 2?
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
game 2 where he went absolutely dumb ballistic. Like, he hooped his ass off that game. You go look at the rest of the games in that series, bro, it's 21 points.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
22 points.
I was saying this in real time.
And so it's
Yeah.
like cool. Like, if that's playoff Kawhi now, if you're not going to play the regular season to then come to the playoffs and be cool, like, yeah,
It's not enough anymore
I'm
for
starting
you.
to take
Yeah.
a few players over you now. Absolutely, I am. And so that's kind of where I'm at with Kawhi Leonard.
I want to say this real quick before West goes. Eli said J-Dub is such a monster on defense. He's a very versatile defender. That's my thing with J-Dub. I think the other point I didn't even bring up is he wasn't healthy during the postseason and still found ways to rise and be a valuable player. Like, I legitimately remember the runs where Shea didn't have it going early, and he kept that team afloat until Shea could come back in the fourth quarter to really put his impact on the game. And I think that, like, those types of moments, especially after, like, you win a title, like, that's the needle in terms of, like, actual impact to bringing a banner to your team. I think with Kawhi, as good as he is, the upside does lean in J-Dub's favor over Kawhi. I don't think that's crazy to say.
Like, I'm saying Kawhi
Yeah,
Leonard in
I
the
agree.
playoffs.
I agree. J-Dub has more upside for sure. He has so much more room to get better. Time is on his side as well. Even though he's one of the older, like, fourth year players in the league. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I still vote Kawhi, but I think all the reasons that were given were valid. Unlike some other episodes.
Eli said he can guard 2 through 4, some 5s and some points, powers through screens, plays in gaps, plays at the rim. J-Dub is basically what Raptors fans tried to convince y'all OG could become. Not a bad take on that one. I can't. Yeah.
Unnecessary shot to Toronto, but I completely agree. Yeah, like I said, I think lapped is going to be too strong a word. J-Dub won the race, like, pretty handedly at this point to me. So that's where I'm at.
I normally just go off of, like, who I think is the best player when they're on the floor. When you bring in durability, which we have on all of these lists, I think for Kawhi Leonard specifically, that's going to hurt him a bit more. I think I would be willing to compromise and put him behind Jalen Williams. I feel like if Kawhi is able to play the games this year, which, obviously every year, is he not, like, I think he's going to be a supremely good player. I think he has an argument to probably be like a top 7 performer during the regular season. I think with Jalen Williams in the regular season, how good do you guys like? Okay, what is his ceiling in the regular season, y'all?
It's better than Kawhi anyway. His production is basically matching Kawhi as we speak. It's worse efficiency with better defense. Raw production, that's what it is. If you want to tax J-Dub and say he's not the number 1 option on his team, valid. That's completely true. But if I'm getting 22, next season it could be, I think, 24, 5 and 5 on great efficiencies on the table. Like,
yeah,
that's basically true. Matching Kawhi. Like, what edge does he have? Like, look going forward, he won't be a better defender. He won't be a better playmaker. I'll give you, like, jump shooting, sure, but I think the gap is closing that I don't mind. And free throws, sure, I guess. But, like, I'm good. I'm good on Kawhi as, again, like, being considered the top. Like, those days are over.
But
I guess
Kawhi
what I would
Leonard
say
couldn't beat Aaron Gordon off the dribble last year in the playoffs. Now, granted, he's a very great pull-up shooter, so he still hits those shots.
Y'all forgot what Aaron Gordon was doing to J-Dub in our series.
I mean, that's fine, fair.
That's fine, but
Kawhi fared
but
way better than Jada, and he's
I
on
don't
my
know.
team.
I
But
don't
come
know
on.
about but way better for the run. Not really.
No, I
Like,
didn't say that. I'm specific because Real Talk made a point about Gordon. So I was just
sure.
saying for that
good
series,
comment.
Kawhi fared way better than J-Dub
I was
did, and I
about to
think
make
that's like nobody can dispute that up here, nor in the chat.
Mhm.
But
well, no,
But go ahead, Real Talk.
playing the matchup though.
J-Dub wasn't great in the Denver series. But again, what I was trying to say is like if Kawhi's argument is being like this far superior offensive player, if you were to take
Yeah.
him on this list, like that is his whole argument. And so the reason why I'm pointing out Kawhi deficiencies offensively is like I don't see it that way. Like Kawhi Leonard
Mm.
still had a problem passing out of double teams. Still, and we saw it in that series. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. And then it's all pull up jump shot shooter. And again, he's great at it. Absolutely one of the best in the league at it. But I don't know. It's getting real Kevin Durant-ish for Kawhi, but KD's at least 7 foot. Like he gonna get that off.
But would you choose J-Dub over Durant? As like, do you think Dub is a better player than Durant? I'm not saying Kawhi's Durant, but I'm just saying
No, I'm
for the
taking
sake of
KD, but
conversation. And when granted he's more available, and I think he's more just efficient
Mhm.
over the course of however long they play in the regular season, be it 50 games for one guy, 60 for another. But I think those are the things like Kawhi at his best, and maybe that best isn't available as often as we would like to see it moving forward. And if that's the case, I understand it. But if he is able to, for let's say he can give us 50 games, and out of those 50, let's say 35 of those he's at his quote unquote best, and then if he can put together a playoff run, it's just tough because I just genuinely believe he's a better player. Like I think if we took age and everything else out of the picture, and it was, yay, who would you rather have between Kawhi and J-Dub? I think most people would say Kawhi. If it's like to be the best player on your team, I think most people would say Kawhi. But I could be wrong about it.
So like my problem with this conversation is like obviously J-Dub is more consistent because of the games played. I won't ever fight the argument. The argument is factual. My problem is like I was questioning Kawhi early when he came back, and then the way he closed out the regular season, like that level, I've just never seen Jalen Williams be at. And I think that while that might not fully be what Kawhi Leonard is as a player, I think he can hit that ceiling more consistently in the playoffs and the regular season, probably than Dub. But to your credit, the room for improvement for Jalen Williams, year after year, he shows you he gets better at almost everything. And I think that shouldn't change for OKC. And his role is extremely established, extremely consistent. So, like, I could buy J-Dub being at 1 because of that. I really could. I just feel like when I look at these players, I trust Kawhi more offensively. I do think J-Dub is probably better than Kawhi at this point, but I don't think that he's lapping him as much as the offense. The difference would be games played.
yeah, that's why like to me the argument of you take all of this away, but like that would be living in a euphoric utopia that doesn't exist. Like I have to there's so much context around Kawhi Leonard. There's why would I can't not include that. I
Yeah.
can't not
No,
include that
I mean,
he gets hurt often and is either available in the regular season and then can't play for you in the playoffs, or you have to then have a good enough team where he can play
I was just saying
37
take
games
away
in the
age.
regular
I was
season.
just
But
saying
I'm
take
saying like
away age.
that to me, once you add all of that, like then to what extent is he that much better of a basketball player? Like if I can't have you when I want you to be the best basketball player, the better basketball player more consistently, then what does being better even equate to in all
I just
actuality?
think that's a different conversation. That I feel is you all telling me you would prefer J-Dub at this point in his career over Kawhi. That's not telling me who you think is better at the sport of basketball. And
But
that's
to
the
be
reason I
better,
voted the way I voted.
to me, is to be better is to be able to play the sport. That's like
Uh,
grounds number one.
Fair
I'm
philosophy.
telling you
I
right
just
now,
don't
J Dub
see
is
it that
more
way.
valuable to a basketball team than Kawhi is right now.
Yeah, that's why when you ask who am I
Okay.
taking, I'm taking J-Dub. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
taking.
I think that's again just two different conversations. I think I would take J-Dub over a few other guys that like again that Durant point. I think I would take J-Dub over Durant in terms of value because he's gonna play more games. He's gonna obviously what he provides defense. The same arguments can be made about Durant. Durant just plays more than Kawhi. He's looked at as more reliable than Kawhi. So I understand why it's not, apples to apples. But again, a lot of the same talking points can be made on both sides. And I don't think anybody on the stage, maybe except for Derek, would take J-Dub over Durant. And that's kind of where I'm coming from. Like, yeah, I would rather have J-Dub on my team for the regular season. Availability, yeah. But if you ask me who's a better basketball player, I'm gonna tell you the guy who's actually better at basketball, which is Kawhi Leonard. And I would still comfortably take the guy who's lesser because of all of those other factors you put in there, which I think are important. But I don't know. I just haven't. I didn't approach the assignment that way. But I don't have an issue with it. It's fine.
I agree with that point about Durant. Like, I think the extra games play helps KD's case. I also think because he has a more portable offensive game than Kawhi, and you see him more, like that fits in. But in terms of just like what he can actually do on the floor, like I do feel like Kawhi Leonard isn't that far off. And if he's not that far off, and we're comfortably saying Durant is better, again, I think the difference is games played. I'm more of a ceiling guy for me. And I think the argument to say Jalen
Mhm.
is better than him is because you trust the ceiling of a team around him at this stage more than Kawhi. But I think as it stands right now, as like the guy in terms of ceiling, I think Kawhi's ceiling I
What
get
is
more
this
from. I
ceiling of
can't trust the
Kawhi
floor
then?
though.
What player
Hmm?
is that?
It's a
Like what?
hypothetical. It's a player that
That's
hasn't
like
existed in
what
years.
is like what does that mean now? Because to me, what I'm saying
Mhm.
is that version of whatever player that y'all are thinking and that y'all hit, he's not that good anymore.
He
No,
doesn't
no, no, no,
exist.
no.
That
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's
No,
where
it's
we
out.
where we
Right.
disagree. I
'Cause
think
well, I'm
Kawhi is
saying
still
I
every
don't
bit
think
of that
he's
good.
that good to the extent that you're thinking a healthy Kawhi Leonard is. That's usually no, well, from my viewpoint, healthy Kawhi
Uh-huh.
is talked about like a top 3 to 5 ish player. Usually is what healthy Kawhi means. He is no longer
Okay.
that.
And
He
like
is no
I
longer
mean,
that.
and
I
listen,
think
I
three
just want to
was
do like
always a
a really
stretch
fast
recently.
callback real quick, right? I remember I was getting into an argument with you at the time, real talk about how Kawhi is currently talked about. And I was noting these things, but I still believe that
We were talking about
ceiling wise,
playoff history.
well, yeah, but like that also ties into the way he's talked about right now. Like actively in that entire playoff series after game 2, there was no talk about what he did for the rest. Like it wasn't highlighted as much, right? But even while I note that, I still think that he can still play at a top 7 level. I don't know about top 5 anymore. I think Jalen Williams is consistently like a top 12, 15 peak. I think that's fair to say.
What level was Kawhi Leonard playing at? Top what player in the playoffs?
In the playoffs, I would say more like top what 10-ish in the playoffs. I would
Yeah,
say
somewhere
he was
between
probably
10
top
and
10.
15. I
Yeah,
think his I think
yeah.
his playoffs is um I think oftentimes it's over maligned due to the fact that the
Ooh, good
volume
word.
wasn't where people would like it where people would like it to be. And watching the games, there were a lot of times where you were left feeling like, okay, Kawhi, do something. So I understand it from that point, POV. But at the end of the series, I think those numbers do tell a story. Whether or not you're willing to listen to it is, up to you. But, to still end the series that efficient, and to walk away and be like, damn, he wasn't that good, that says something about how good he is and the expectation that comes along with him. I think him not reaching his expectation doesn't mean that all of a sudden now he's not a certain caliber of player anymore. And I think for Kawhi, if I like just spitballing off the top of my head, I still would comfortably have a healthy Kawhi, the one that is we see take the court. I comfortably have him over J-Dub somewhere in, top 10, maybe 12 at the lowest. And I think 12 is a stretch to even like, we're not going to go through it. But I think if you really sat down,
Mhm.
set all of these players healthy, Kawhi won't end up at 12th on your list. So,
Where would you
I
say
think
Jalen Williams would rank in the playoffs? Real
can I
talk.
can I wanted to respond to something he said very
Oh,
quickly
sure.
because those numbers tell an incomplete story because numbers in small sample sizes can be swung heavily by one performance.
hmm
Let me take you back to Devin Booker against the Timberwolves in the 2024 playoffs. Devin Booker entered that series averaging 27 and a half on 66 true shooting. If anybody looked you in your eye and told you Devin Booker played well that series, they'd be lying to you. But that game got swung. His stats got swung because he had that crazy game 4, I
Yep.
believe, where he scored like 40 something points. So yeah, the Kawhi stat line by the end of the Nugget series looked fantastic. Absolutely. I think it was like 24 on like 50, 40, 90 splits or whatever. Cool. But again, you go look, we watched the games. He was
Yeah.
fantastic in game 2. He left a lot to be desired from a scoring aspect and a passing playmaking aspect. And a lot of those games in the rest of that series, he did.
hmm
So at what point, what is healthy Kawhi, and what to what extent and what level is that player? Gifted, you said 10 to 15, and then you
Yeah.
said that J-Dub to you is peaking at 12 to 15. So you have them in the same range anyway. And J-Dub is playing 90% more games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my thing that like I do want to know here, Kawhi to me was mid for the majority of the Denver series. My problem with Kawhi is he leaves more to be desired and was mid. Williams has more stinkers than Kawhi. If you just go, I would say overall series. I think his best overall series was probably versus Memphis. And then after that, there's up and down, up and down, up and downs. But his peaks are higher more consistently. So I can buy Jalen Williams. Again, I don't think it's crazy to add J-Dub up here. I just think as a player, I would lean towards Kawhi, but the durability argument is what would have to catapult him up higher. Plus, I'm thinking right now on like the 2026 version of this specific team on the Clippers, I think Kawhi could have a more productive regular season. I do
Now I
believe that.
will say this for you and Wes, and then I'm done. I do agree that I would probably still think that Kawhi is better than J Dub. I just don't think it's to the degree that you all think. That's what I'm. That's really
Right.
my opinion. I really don't.
Okay.
Right. And I,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not mad at that. Because again, I understand the equalizer is, hey, you're playing damn near 82, and this guy's struggling to get to 50. So
Right.
I understand that. I definitely do.
If I had to ballpark the games he plays this year, I think he plays 58 games this year. That's my theory.
See, I think he's somewhere 50 to 55. I think
Okay.
they, especially with the way they bolstered their team, like that team is completely different now, bro. They can
Way different.
definitely,
Yeah.
and like seeing
True.
what they were able to accomplish last year, I definitely think they slow walk the dog with Kawhi and say, yo, if we can buy you 30 games, we're gonna buy you 30 games. Unless the
Right.
league steps in and says, hey, because they have been, a lot stricter with reasons you're not playing. or justifying you not playing. But
I don't
um,
really understand what would suggest that they switch the formula when this is the one time where he was available and played well in the playoffs. And mind you, if all things considered and all things go well, they got even better from a regular season standpoint in which they don't need him to play that many regular season games. If I'm the Clippers and Bradley Bill is available, and Chris Paul can play, and John Collins can be our four, and Chris Dunn is still there, and James Harden is still James Harden. It can be a offensive playmaker extraordinaire. Like, why am I playing Kawhi Leonard 58 games when the best we can get is a few games in the regular season, so he's not cold come playoff time, but available for the playoffs. They got a healthy Kawhi Leonard this year in the playoffs. That's the goal. So I don't really know why would I play Kawhi 58 games this year?
I'm gonna answer that. First off, Tune, appreciate the sub. Welcome in, welcome in. We're doing a tier list on the top small forwards right now. This conversation is about Jalen Williams versus Kawhi. I think the last thing I'll say is I lean towards him playing a higher amount of games more because he came into the season hurt last year, so that was more them trying to err on the side of, I would say, overall caution for the entirety of the season. I think if he's coming in healthy, I think the actual minute load of what he'll have to do isn't going to be that great. So he'll still play, but I think his overall workload won't be as big as it would be in a vacuum due to how deep they are this year. And I think that they still need him to reach a certain threshold of games to have his legs under him. They're not going to just sit him for no reason. Like, if he's healthy to go at the beginning, he will play. And then during the season, he'll find breaks every now and then. That's why I'm saying 58. It's still not going to be a full 65 game slate. But if he's starting out healthy out of the gate, unless there's some other critical injury that keeps him out, I think he's going to play. That's why. But I'm fine to compromise and put Dub at 1. I just personally would still say Kawhi is a better player. That's me.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can compromise or we can poll it. Either or, whatever you prefer.
Cool.
I would actually like to poll it. I would like to know what the people think.
You know what?
Actually,
I am curious about a poll on this. Scam said,
And
if he's the better player, how is Dub 1? Durability was the difference. We can pull it up though. Kawhi versus J Dub. Let me see.
I guess in the interest, like while we're waiting on that poll, I'll kick off 3. At 3, give me the other guy who doesn't play a lot of basketball. When, for whatever reason, sometimes I'm hurt, sometimes I'm just not rocking with my organization. So, but yeah, give me Jimmy, man. Give me Butler. I had to go Jimmy right here. It's an interesting omission from the faces that I'm surprised by who made my list. If I must adjust, I will, but he's not up yet anyway.
All right, so you had Jimmy Butler at 3. I'm waiting for the poll to Derek said Kawhi PR brought to you by Aspiration. Wow. Okay, Derek. I see how you feeling about that. it was paid for, huh?
Yeah.
Derek is
gelling.
very clear. Derek is tired of the old guys, man.
Yeah,
He's
sick with
like,
that
get
shit.
out my league. It's time for the new guard.
I just I don't know. I guess I'm taxing. I'm the tax man. Like I just Kawhi has had
Tax
so
man
many.
Derek.
He's had so many built-in
Uncle Sam.
excuses. Like I don't know. Is it crazy for projecting a new guy to have a better season? Forget about the games played, and then Kawhi has to get out of the mud. Like Kawhi can be has the chance to be the best player out of the small forwards. I'm just making him earn it. Like I don't know. Like I said, like
Need you to
everyone
pull
is
in
2
that
for
poll
4.
real quick. Right.
I don't know how Kawhi Leonard is getting more benefit of the doubt though in 2025 than Joel Embiid, but I mean, fairs.
I mean, did we have Joel Embiid? What?
He was third.
How high was he for us?
Third.
He was third, and if we were doing the better basketball player thing, he's no lower than 2.
I mean, but to be fair, his comp was way more difficult
be
than
at 2. Yeah, he would firmly just be at 2. But it's also like I think Wemby's projection is
crazy.
Really is the biggest part of that.
Is a wild projection, Wes. Yeah,
because for J-Dub, I can project J-Dub to get better. J-Dub can get better and still not be better than Kawhi.
I agree, D1.
I think the thing with Wemby, if Wemby becomes who a lot of people think he can become in
He's a
year
top
3,
10 player.
like he's already top 10. A lot of people, and I think that's the other thing with Joel is a lot of people are expecting a regression coming off of his injuries, being a big man, him struggling to walk, and just seeing how he played last year when he tried to give it a go, and understanding that a lot of the reports, although he was just in a shoot around with the Sixers, so maybe things are looking up. But
I got hype for that, Wes. I can't lie.
Oh, as did I. And I'm not even a Joel fan, but I just love seeing, great basketball players playing basketball. So
yeah,
it was nice to see that.
How'd you feel about that, Philly fan?
I don't react to off-season workouts.
I respect it.
We've done this show too many times.
I just like seeing him on the court. I can't be happy about that because I dead ass wasn't sure if I would see him on the court at all. Like
as far as I'm concerned, every off-season workout's AI anyway. Like it didn't happen.
Yeah. He said, I don't believe that Jaden McDaniels and Kawhi picture either. Y'all playing games over there, man.
I mean,
2 robots
speaking
working
of Jaden,
out. Crazy.
Jaden is he's sprouting, isn't he?
Is he?
He's a legit 6'11", man. He's soft.
Wes, he hurt my heart every year because every year I'm like, this is the offensive leap year, and then it's like, no, it's not. And then he gives you that 3-week stretch where there's no Randall. He start frying. It's like, there it is. And then the playoffs is up and down, up and down.
Facts. Very up and down. He's good though. I like him as a player.
Yeah. All right, so
I watched Jaden. I wasn't like intentionally keeping up with a lot of Minnesota games, granted, but like he was getting fried a lot last year from what I recall.
He was getting cooked on defense a little bit. Yeah, I can't lie to you.
He's better this year.
It seems Kawhi won the poll. Derry said scams burners have power. Brought to you by Aspiration Indeed, it seems. Okay.
I think when we do this list next year, I think all of us will comfortably have J-Dub better than Kawhi by the end of next year.
That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take to me.
Just remember.
We may see. Father Time does come a-knocking. But if it does not, no sirree, Bob.
All right. So Kawhi goes to number 1. So then we now dispute number 2. Which Wes brought up Jimmy Butler.
I didn't even know we were doing that. I thought it was going to be definitively one of these guys. My fault.
Well, like it can be because we spent like the most time arguing these 2 guys.
No, you remember I don't have Kawhi number 2. No.
Neither do I.
Wait. So who do you have number 2?
Oh, Derek doesn't either. Okay, yeah.
I mean, but he's at 1, so it automatically will go to who they have.
Yeah, because we were into the poll.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's bad on us, but hey. J-Dub at number 2. Then
Oh man.
So will we all have J-Dub at number 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how it fell on my list actually. He fell at 2 for me. So yeah.
Number 3 then I got Franz.
As do I.
Ooh-wee. Coming in hot, boy.
Yeah.
That's coming in super hot.
I got Jimmy, bro.
I did too.
Y'all
and like
his life got changed because someone knew how to dribble on his team. I'm sure. Like
he changed my broke ass life. Yes, he did.
Yeah,
I was broke for Jimmy Butler for sure. For sure. I don't feel bad. I want to be clear. I debated Jimmy Butler versus Dub, and I'm like, it's just too much value, and I don't think Jimmy has consistently reached the same peak. So I'm fine to say J-Dub is better. Franz to me is in a situation where he can potentially be the best player on the Magic next year if he's able to figure out all the other shit with the jump shot and this and that and the games and all the other stuff. But I just think fundamentally, the impact that I see Jimmy Butler bring to his team and what he could leap to be in this upcoming season, I just feel like I'm taking that over Franz. I think Franz is the younger player. I think he has a argument for higher upside because he has more room to grow. I just think that what Jimmy does, I would say independent of box score, I just trust it more consistently than Franz. So for me, I have Jimmy here.
Yeah, no, I think Jimmy's a great dirty work guy nowadays that can score sometimes, but I mean that's what he is now. Jimmy Butler is not a better basketball player than Franz right now. I'm sorry, he's not. Franz is a better offensive player. You can argue Franz is a better defensive player. So I don't really. What is the argument for Jimmy
A better
Butler?
defensive player than Jimmy Butler?
It's getting close.
Yes,
You can
I think
argue.
they'll argue it.
It's getting close.
Now,
Y'all drunk. on
please
that.
tell
I
me-
think that's
Yeah.
I think that's under I think that's
As dragging it.
underappreciating what Jimmy does defensively. And I think Franz is a really good defender. I think Jimmy is still a better defender. Off ball,
Let
what
me
he
let
provides
me ask
is
real quick for you know,
otherworldly.
last year's Miami. How many games was that? 30 something, less than that he played.
Yeah. mhm.
Okay.
Was Jimmy doing anything defensively last year? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, if you
Yes.
want to judge that, that's fair. I think all of us can clearly assess that situation for what it was, as opposed to just taking it at face value. And we are better than just taking that at face value. Like we can, be real. Okay, that was this. So how did he perform when he was with Golden State? And defensively, he did wonders for them.
Well, okay. So the reason I'm asking is
Uh-huh.
so I gotta throw 25 games out that Jimmy played with Miami. That's fine. He was ready to go home. He goes and plays 30 for Golden State with a top 3, arguably, defender on his team. Does that, change anything for him? Does it also change the fact that he's playing in the easiest part of the schedule during the season in March and April when, teams are most excited about ending the season, not playing it? Like, is
I
he
think these are-
that otherworldly defensively still?
weren't y'all good defensively before Jimmy Butler came?
Yeah, they were.
Not at the same degree. So like
No,
I want
but
to.
I'm saying, were y'all already a good defensive team?
We were solid, but like it wasn't at the same level. Yeah.
The
Like-
same
like-
guy
Yeah,
was
he
keeping for
definitely
the same
improved,
guy was
though.
keeping for Draymond to be like top 15, top 10.
Uh-huh.
Like, okay, but that's my point is Draymond and company are still making you good defensively. What did Jimmy do to just transform you defensively? Offensively, yes, because your team was ass. But
Okay.
defensively, he didn't change your life.
I don't agree with that at all.
I don't
He
agree with that either.
specifically enhanced what Draymond Green does defensively. In fact, the reason why I can make my argument for Draymond is as soon as he got to that team, he sparked another wind in Draymond, and Draymond started to perform way better there. If anything, he was the ceiling raiser for Golden State. Everyone, including Steph, by the way, all played better once Jimmy was dropped into the system, and everything went up. I'm talking about.
Here's my thing, Gifted. Yeah, sure, enhancing, but instead of adding a floor to the house, he added an attic. Like, you were already good. You didn't change the whole floor plan. Like, that's the difference.
We were no. We were literally the 13th seed in the Western Conference when he joined.
I'm
the
not.
team.
But you're bringing up seeding. I'm talking about defense.
Yeah.
The reason Jimmy's improvements
Okay.
were from offense, like as far as changing your team's outlook and success.
But it's defense too, though, because we weren't near like the top 4 in defense
But
before that.
Did you finish top 4?
I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't know. I want to check it real quick.
My point
What
is,
did you
catch up?
I'm saying you got better, but I'm not giving
Yeah.
Jimmy that much credit for transforming you guys on the defensive side of the ball. And offensively, I think he just landed in a fantastic situation and good for Jimmy, like bring his tools. but you guys were just so offensively inept and hurt and like
Yeah.
inconsistent that he put it together. But I'm sorry, you guys were playing like the easy stretch of the schedule. I'm not moved by 30 games enough to give it over Franz, who you think is going to be the best player on a high playoff team next season anyway.
I have the numbers right here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Pre Jimmy, they were 112. It was 10th in the NBA, and they had a net rating of negative 0.4. Post Jimmy, their defensive rating went to 108, and their net rating through the roof, plus 11.7. He's very
He was a
additive,
9-day difference
and
for the team.
it cannot be understated what he did for them defensively. It cannot be understated. I don't
Can't be
like
overstated.
that. It actually can't with what I
mean,
just
like,
read to you.
Are we overstating that though?
I don't like that.
They were
already.
That's what I'm saying.
They
You're
went
using
from a good defense to an elite defense. They went from a really good defense to an elite
improvement
defense.
came offensively, not defensively, which is my argument.
Not good.
No, I told you their defensive ratings. They were 10th, which is they were a really good defense.
Top 10 defense.
They were a really good defense, and then they shot up to the third best defense in the league, and which is elite. They're like,
yes, he made them. He's
the weakest part of the schedule.
He's a really good defensive player, and he helped a really good defensive team. Absolutely, he did. But I'm going to ask you, who's the better offensive player, Franz or Jimmy Butler?
It depends on what you're asking for. I think Franz is a better scorer at this point in his career. I think Jimmy is. I still think Jimmy's a better playmaker. I think Jimmy's better at getting to the free throw line. And I think the way I look at the way I'm looking at this list, just period, is mostly who do I think is a better basketball player? And I do truly believe that Jimmy Butler is a better basketball player than Franz Wagner. Now I won't say I don't think it's a huge gap. I think Franz is right there, but I would still take Jimmy over. And I think it's more so also their ceilings. I think Jimmy, again, each player at their best. I think when Jimmy's performing at his peak, I think they may peak out similarly, depending on which stretch of basketball you want to use. But, some previous episodes, you all let me know that 20 games without Paolo didn't mean anything to you. So,
No, that was not stated.
No,
not by me.
No. It was not stated by Derek. It was not stated by Derek. It was stated by somebody on the stage.
No, it wasn't enough sample size to say he's better than Paolo Banchero. No. I didn't say it doesn't mean anything.
I'm not on the Paolo stuff.
We know. We know you're not.
We know where you stand.
Yeah, Wes. This ceiling Jimmy that you speak of, like best case scenario, everyone's healthy. Whatever Golden State finishes their roster with, whatever. Like best case, what is this Jimmy? What is this playoff Jimmy? More specifically, because we know he don't care about the regular season. What is this playoff Jimmy like?
I think a healthy Jimmy, and that's the biggest thing, is health. And again, it's similar to the Kawhi. If we're gonna knock him for not being healthy, okay, cool, and I'll understand it. But if we are not, I think a healthy Jimmy is 25 a game in the playoffs, and I think he was on his way to doing that with, we literally saw their team change. We saw what he brought offensively, and through the regular season, he was able to coast. He was.
Okay.
Y'all can do the West. I watched him. I watched him go into a play-in game and legitimately
played at a supreme level.
He killed, and it was on command. It wasn't like, oh, Jimmy, he immediately flipped the switch, which is something that Jimmy Butler does time and time again, which is why I think he deserves that grace and the benefit of the doubt, because this is what he does. Then on top of that, he went into the playoff series and played really well when he had to. It's all on demand. Okay, this is what matters. This is the time I need to flip the switch. I go do it. And then unfortunately, he broke his butt bone. Something that happened. We can penalize him for it, but I'm not going to make it seem like, oh, he's not capable now, because I saw it. I literally saw him do it, and all of us saw him do it. Gifted can speak to it better than any of us can.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Specifically, in the Rocket series when he bust his ass, right? He came back extremely reserved, but he still made plays that were very impactful playoff wise. It's not going to really show in like the numbers, but that did show. In the Wolves series, he was underwhelming from what we expected to see from him without Steph there. But I already said he's not going to be all the way there. He gave you a very strong game, but he was not aggressive offensively enough at the end of that series. I think that's fair. I also think, healthy or not, that is a problem you can fairly criticize with Butler, regardless of that. I will say that. But I do think if he wasn't faced with that playoff injury, he might have looked more productive in the series and maybe get you one game, fine. Doesn't matter because we're still losing that entire playoff series without Curry, at least in my opinion. To me, Franz, as much as I like Franz, the reason why people are saying Paolo is better than Franz is because of how his lack of like showing up in those moments at a high level consistently looks like. Even though Franz's floor is higher, his woes, not only I would say in the playoffs, but in terms of just like consistently stabilizing, is a question. So if I know that like both of these players are not going to be my number one, like your base impact after that is my question. And I just think that Jimmy Butler, based on what he's able to do defensively and as a hub playmaking wise to get to the rim, I take slightly over Franz. I don't think it's a big gap at all. I really don't. But I think I still lean Jimmy because of that. That's all I'm saying.
What I continue to deduce from a lot of these discussions is the fact that, and I said this last stream, these players who have these small, great sample sizes, apparently you can just project that for whatever you want to project that to. We went to a play-in game for like on-demand evidence. I mean, I guess sure that's I don't know. It's a lot of benefit of the doubt when it's coming to these older players and you're basing it basically off reputation that, oh, I just believe Jimmy Butler's going to be there when we need him to, was basically what Wes said. So I don't know. I'm not going to give him. Me and Derek are at the point where we're not giving him this all the credit for him going to the Warriors and them being a better defensive team. Not saying that they didn't get better, but Jimmy Butler, they were already a really good defensive team. He's a really good defensive player, so I would assume that they would get better defensively.
I don't think that's comparable though, man.
The conversation was Franz and Jimmy on defense.
Also, Jimmy, I see what Jimmy Butler does offensively repeatedly, healthy, regular season, postseason sometimes. We see it where he isn't looking to shoot the basketball. Where his scoring game is, if you don't jump on these pump fakes, I'm not doing nothing.
That's fair. That's fair to say. Sometimes.
Like that exists also, and I've also heard that y'all's same too argument for Franz is, well, his ceiling as a player is this high because of the passing, the playmaking, the defense, the different pull-up game that he has, the floater game that he has that's pretty consistent. He's just not a great jump shooter right now from distance. And to me, that floor is a higher floor than what Jimmy Butler is from game to game. We don't know. Sometimes Jimmy Butler may get 30. The next game, he may shoot the ball 5 times. That's all over the place.
That's true. That's very true.
Oh,
I'm mad at that. I think it's fair to say Franz has a higher floor. I don't have an issue with that at all. I think not again comparing Franz for me. I'm speaking for myself. Every conversation we've had about Franz in previous episodes, previous streams, has been in comparison to a lesser player, in my opinion. I don't think either of the guys that we were discussing are better than Jimmy. So that is why that doesn't resonate with me. Now, again, for you all, I understand that you all have that certain somebody above Jimmy. So it makes it like the math equation just changes. So I'm not disappointed by it, but I guess we got to go back to the chat unless Derek, did you have a different player here? Or did you have Franz as well?
No, I had Franz here.
Okay, so we got to go back
All
to
right.
the chat to
Okay.
poll it.
Yeah, yeah. And like I just want to say this, like I understand giving Golden State credit for being a good defense without Jimmy Butler, but my thing is like the jump from 10 to top 3 is just a different type of jump. Like that's not just some like that's a bigger jump to make. And now how that plays out for a full season, we're gonna find out this year, of course. But specifically, like the additive that he was on both ends to changing the team, which was still a very flawed team, I'm giving respect to that. Also, I think that Franz Wagner, I think floor-wise, has a higher floor. I just don't think he's going to be able to naturally play at that same level with Paolo on the team fully throughout. I think they're going to alternate all regular season. Unless y'all just think out the gate Paolo going to be
better advantage of being an offensive player on the court next to Steph Curry. And I also think that the Golden State Warriors tomorrow, if they were to trade Jimmy Butler for Franz straight up, that they would be a better
they would do it because he's younger, yeah.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying because he's younger. I'm saying
I don't think they would be a better basketball
than him.
team.
That's what I'm saying. They'd be a better basketball team because Franz is better than him.
Yeah, just a difference of opinion on Jimmy. I think, I think we are. Well, not we, but I think you all are definitely underselling how valuable and impactful. Like that's one of the biggest words that we've used throughout these streams. Jimmy's impact, it can't be understated. And truthfully, like Derek will say, it can be overstated, but I truly don't think it can be. I think Jimmy's impact is, only second to the elite of the elite in the league. And we've seen it in every situation Jimmy has been in. He's like, I think to me, overachieved. And on top of that, when we look at this, like Real Talk said something earlier about these small samples, consistently, you all only use the last thing we saw. I'm the one who's consistently used more than one season.
Not true.
That's not true.
It is very true. I'm saying,
like the
listen
last
to what
30 seconds have sounded like you've dipped into Jimmy Butler's well of his career. And it's like,
the last 3 years.
Okay, the last 3. I mean, he's 36. He's not the same guy he was at 33, averaging 27 in the playoffs.
That's 34, 35, 36. I'm sorry, bro. And 3 years ago, because I think it's fair to use 3 years. And by the way,
he's about to turn 36. So I was including 33.
Okay. I think it's fair to use 3-year samples. If you all tell me it is not, that's cool. Just a difference of philosophy. But 3 years, it's not like I'm not on my Jay Will time and trying to go back to the Obama administration. Like, come on, dude. We're talking about 3 years.
The Obama administration.
3 years. The last 3 years, like Jimmy was in the finals two seasons ago, bro.
Hey,
like,
Jeff, vote up on that poll, Jeff. We in 9 vote. Vote up on that poll, Jeff. Vote up on that poll.
It was the biggest reason they made it. Like I don't subscribe to that. I don't rock with that, dude.
We got 12 votes. I want to get the poll to like 15
nor the year
votes.
before. So you get one season of being better, in which half the season Jimmy was not playing. He was actively not playing well to get moved. I don't want to be here. I'm not giving full effort. I'm just out here. I told you what it is. You pay me, and it was all in the interest of getting another contract. And I don't know, man. I don't feel like I'm not willing to knock somebody and I don't think that was advocate of West.
But you're willing to praise a guy for being a part-time player.
Yeah, but and also it's
I'm not praising him for that.
You say these, like, you try to give out these correlations or examples that dismiss context when context is what makes conversation in the first place. Yes, Wemby wasn't better than Jimmy Butler 2-3 years ago. That doesn't mean Wemby's not better than him right now. So yes, obviously more. Let me finish the statement.
I didn't say anything. I just made a face
to a conversation. Then, well, Jimmy Butler was better 2-3 years ago this last year, yeah, sometimes when somebody's aging, when somebody's hitting their prime, when somebody's actually playing and getting better and somebody's regressing, in my opinion, I do think Jimmy Butler is a worse basketball player. So I guess that is the disagreement as well. Yeah, you can get passed up in a year. You can get passed up in 6 months.
Yeah.
Depending on the context of the situation.
That's
you
true.
can.
Listen,
Yeah,
I don't think that's
and-
crazy because again, like I do firmly believe if you're talking about a projection, yes, a player can outperform a player in 1 year of basketball and be better
Yeah,
than that
y'all
player.
just
in
did
year.
that shit
I
with
agree with
Luka
that.
with SGA.
Yeah.
The hell?
No, we did not. That's also not true.
Whoa. Oh, shit, what happened?
No, it's
don't know.
not apples to apples, and I hate when that happens. What?
Oh.
Hold on. Did we disappear from the stage? Oh.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not true, bro. Shea had played at a certain level that was so comparable to Luka, and then also truly outplayed him. There's a portion of the season because Derek brought it up: 30 games
Mhm.
here, 30 games here. In the second 30 games where he was on Golden State, there's a real argument that can be made that Jimmy was not only on par but better than Franz. So why do we just summarily dismiss that because it wasn't 60 games like you all wanted to be when the previous 2 years there wasn't even a conversation between who was better between between these guys. There was no conversation.
The previous
That is so annoying and so
22,
frustrating
23, was
to
anybody
consistently
having
do
SGA
this
Luka
where, hey,
conversation?
I can be better than the nigga for 2 years, for 2 full fucking seasons. We go to the next year. We go to the next season. I don't play for 30 games. I'm not giving full effort. It's all documented. We know why. Then when I get to the situation and I've got my money, I start to play at my level that a lot of people still think wasn't good enough, but it's clearly on par, if not better than this other nigga beside me. And now all of a sudden it doesn't matter because these other 30 games, he was playing better than me when I wasn't playing for real anyway. What type of dumbass logic is that? That makes no sense whatsoever.
That's how you interpret
That is the logic.
That's not the logic. That's how
I'm
you
gonna shut up and listen. Tell me the logic.
That's how you interpreted it. So again, I'm gonna for all non-SGA Glazers in 2023-2024, Luka was better than SGA. In 22-23, Luka was better than SGA. And any season prior to last year, Luka's has been better than SGA to the entirety of the basketball community. Y'all had one season where Luka was hurt, mind you. The same excuses you want to give to Jimmy Butler. Luka was hurt this year. And then SGA has a great season. Now SGA is better than Luka. So y'all just did it. And you can try to add different nuances. It's the same thing.
Who's y'all though?
And again, if Jimmy Butler, if I don't believe
he's saying Shea
Jimmy Butler is, this is the disagreement. I don't believe Jimmy Butler is the same player. I think he's worse. Not because what you call it? The 30 games in Miami. Yeah, I'm not taxing him for Miami. I know what's going on in Miami. And I just think Franz is better. You keep bringing up I'm not even talking about games played. I just think Franz is better than him. That's the disagreement. I'm not talking about he played 30 and this and that. I just think Franz is better.
You just think he's gonna be better.
Him.
Yeah, that's fine. And like, again, I understand that aspect, especially because of the age of how Butler is, how up and down. Like, I feel like it is important when you're projecting to account for who has a higher likelihood of going up or down. All that is fine and dandy, fair. I just think that if I'm seeing the level of impact he was able to bring to the end of, I would say, year Golden State, and I'm projecting into next year after having a full time to like gel and like plan for a full season, I don't think it's crazy to say he's still better than Franz. If you want to say he won't be, I don't have an issue with that. I think it's close. Again, Franz is not far behind Jimmy Butler on my list at all. So I'm not really fighting you too crazy on that. I just think impact-wise, what I've seen him be able to do with only taking 6 or 8 shots is still scaling higher than Franz.
Now,
That's
I will
all
also say this because I've experienced this now with two of my one was my team just because Luka was on there, and the Lakers are actually my team. But when a team has a good foundation and then they plug a hole that they've been missing, even if it was just a good player, y'all would have gotten tremendously better. And then y'all would have started to, in my opinion, give that one player too much credit. Like I think y'all are doing that with Jimmy Butler right now.
That's
For me,
just not fair.
I will equivalate this.
They could have put Brandon Ingram on that team. They're not.
It would not have been the same.
That's
completely different.
I mean,
You
but
said
that's
a
not what
good
he's saying.
player.
though.
Real talk. You
Yeah.
said a good player. I just said a
I
good
said that's
player.
your opinion. I don't agree with you.
Oh,
on that.
you said it's
That's
my
your
opinion. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
for the Lakers, when we got D'Angelo Russell is no breaking player. Vanderbilt
True.
half the time can't stay on the court because the nigga can't catch. But when they got to the Lakers, we shot up. We were all of a sudden doing the number one defense in the league for the remainder of the year. And then all of a sudden, we had a point guard now that, guess what, gifted? Could shoot a pull-up jump shot. And then everything it seemed like, oh my God, look, we're winning games now. LeBron can sit down and D'Lo's playing with AD, and we're still maintaining a level of offense and winning games. And now Vando's over here. Now we have the number one defense in the league. But does that mean that Vando is this? Now he is a great defender, mind you, but he's not this all-time great defender. Like, I'm not putting the it was he plugged in a need that was flagrantly missing on the team. Y'all were flagrantly missing second side action operator. Flagrantly. Everybody could watch your team and see that was a hole. If y'all had got anybody that could do that at a good clip, y'all would have jumped. And then y'all would have been, oh my God, such and such is so great. So they're good at what you need them to do.
Okay. So I want to respond to that again. I want to be clear. I watched it's documented. I watched every Warriors game, so I know exactly like how as a team up before all that stuff. I am not gassing up Jimmy Butler to some astronomical level. I don't think it's gas to say Jimmy Butler can be a better player than Franz Wagner, because I don't think Jimmy Butler is that far away from Franz Wagner. If you say Franz is over him, fine. I don't care. That's okay. It's close enough to have that conversation. My whole take on this, whole thing here is beyond the whole, like, it's certain players that have to have the skill set to like fix a certain hole or can that's there. For the team to improve on both offense and defense at higher levels, for the net rating to shoot up completely, like a complete 180, I think the way that it does off the back of one player, not a bevy of players, because the difference between the Lakers and Jimmy Butler is you're talking about constituting completely different lineup changes from what you had before. So, okay, now you have different dosages of completely different. I'm talking about plugging in a guy and asking him to enhance what Draymond does better. Making Draymond better at defense is why the team got better, right? Giving Steph another person who can create made Steph a more dominant scorer, which, in terms made the team better. Now, how that will translate into another season, I don't know. That's why, again, if you say Franz is better, I can't push back on that. I can understand that. But from what I saw, the way that he was able to consistently impact the floor of games for this team to win, I think impact-wise, he's right there with Franz. I really do firmly believe that.
And that's fair. But I don't. If you're just thinking that he's just that good of a basketball player, that's fair. I'm more so just debating the swing factor on the team, because it is very important when a team plugs a hole that they're flagrantly missing. I'll give you another example.
Right.
If this season, if the Lakers start off this season pre trade deadline and we don't have Andrew Wiggins, and then trade deadline comes and we get Andrew Wiggins, I know for a fact some of our defensive metrics are probably change completely. And I'm not going to be sitting here thinking like, oh, that means Andrew Wiggins is this great defensive player. It's just going to be, he's going to be filling a need that is
right.
Like such.
The only problem I have with that comp, though. Wait. The only problem I have with that comp, though.
I'm saying to the extent.
Wait. Real quick, real talk.
Okay, go ahead.
The only problem with that comp that I have, because again, I definitely see your point in that, right? And that's factual. The only problem I have with that is the level of player I saw Jimmy Butler to be outside of the beginning of this year, I know can raise a floor and a ceiling of a team. So when I put him in Golden State, when he does exactly what I thought he could do at a higher level, to me, That's not just some plug a good player in. He makes XY team better, at least in my opinion, because I know, where he can reach. I think as a player, it's fair to say he's getting older. Regression is coming for some of these old players. That's 100% valid. That's why I'm not going to push back too crazy if you're saying Franz. I just think in the system that he's in, he's able to play to his strengths at a higher level. And if he's healthy, I think he's going to really fare up really well for this season. That's all I'm saying. So, but I think the poll might have reached capacity. Let me end poll and see what it is. This will determine exactly what it is. In the YouTube chat, Gene Jock Siren, hope I'm saying it right. Franz is better than Jimmy, and I also think that Franz is not that far off from J-Dub. Franz is only a centimeter off of J-Dub for real. Thoughts about that?
I'm not there, but I hear you though.
Okay, that's fine. So Franz won the poll 10-6, so Franz will go here. I'm okay with that. Where is my
Me and Derek are now officially the Franz guys. I just want to announce that. Thank you.
Hey man, I don't know.
Officially the Franz
FC's
guys.
didn't intend to join, but
Y'all the Paulo FC, really though.
We're both.
Really.
yeah,
And we're
Yeah,
both. We're both.
we're the Orlando FC.
Facts. I got them in the finals this year.
All right, so then I don't think I've heard that. I'm sorry. Say that again. I don't think I
mean, I've been saying that since they made the Desmond Bain move. Yeah, I got.
thought you said conference final.
No.
So you said final. You said
finals.
Okay.
Finals. Yeah.
Okay. Word. Hawks. So let's see exactly who we have at 4 on this list. I had Franz here, but he's already here. So I'm gonna say Jimmy at 4 for me.
I had a guy who's not listed, so
Yeah,
I had Jaylen Brown.
likewise. I didn't even.
Okay, so
he's a 3, so I'm confused. But
honestly, he is a 3. Initially, I thought that he might get some reps at 2, but I forgot. Peyton Pritchard is going to start this year, so like it'll probably be Peyton Pritchard at the 1, and you put Anthony Simons at the 2, or do you think it'll be Anthony at the 1?
It'll be Derek White and Anthony Simons.
Oh,
Derek
I forgot
White and
about
Anthony
Derek White. Holy
Simons.
shit.
Just the way it was Drew, yeah. Derek White and Anthony Simons, JB at the 3. Yeah.
That makes sense. So yeah, I actually just missed.
Who is playing there for?
The 4.
Chris Boucher's on the team.
Yeah, Chris Boucher's on the
team.
Boucher's
on the
Who's
team
the
too.
5? Because Cornette's going too.
Keta.
Isn't it 5 Keta, right?
They're going. They're going Keta.
5 might be the worst in the league.
Luka Garza, no. Luka Garza is not starting.
Preach.
It won't be Garza. It'll be Keta. And at 4,
JB.
Yeah, it'll be pretty bad.
Yeah, so my fault. I actually miscast Jaylen Brown. Okay, so here's my question for y'all real quick. And it's fine because like we've already placed it. How close is Jaylen Brown to Franz and Jimmy for y'all?
He was in the same 2-4 range that I talked about earlier.
Okay, no problem.
I think that I'm the biggest Jaylen Brown fan here. I don't think he's better than Jimmy. I don't think there's a real world where he is without an improvement. I think it's only an availability thing. I think Franz, they're in the same tier. So I would have gone. I would have him in a tier with Franz.
I think it's fair to say they're the same tier. I would still have Jimmy Butler better than Jaylen Brown. I think Franz and Jaylen Brown is somewhat close, but I think the offensive gap in terms of playmaking and like consistent decision making is a bit different. I do want to say though, I love Franz, I really do. But like this has to be a year for Franz where the jump shooting takes that next step. I think that's the one thing that's holding his game back. If he had that down pat, how I'll talk about Franz would be even more.
If he becomes a jump shooter, if he can shoot, he's better than like whoever that guy was. I don't remember his name, and I don't want to butcher it. But if he can shoot, what that comment that was left on YouTube is a fair comment. It's actually a true comment. true statement. He actually may be better than J-Dub. So yeah, that's the thing that sort of them back. But
Interesting.
also like Franz, we do a lot of playoff we do a lot of playoff uh dropping based off of performances, and Franz is pretty bad.
He's had some
You
moments in
know,
playoffs where he has not played well.
n-
That's fair.
not just moments, like series
Yeah, yeah.
runs. Yeah,
This is
like
true.
he's pretty bad in the offs, and I think I thought I was the highest on Franz here. So, but we'll see.
Do y'all think it's crazy to say if Franz gets a better jump shot, he would be comparable to J-Dub for y'all?
It's not crazy to be comparable.
Like, is a better jump shooter.
Who? Huh?
I'm saying, what if J-Dub also gets better as a jump shooter?
I mean, well, sure. I think it was just more about where they are as players right now.
Yeah, right.
And what was holding Franz back from being in that tier with J-Dub. And it's like, oh,
Yes.
if he adds a shot, then would he be in the tier with J-Dub for you, or would he not?
Right. I'm just asking hypothetically, real talk. If he had that in his game better, and like I know there's room for J-Dub to also improve. I'm just saying, as it stands currently now, like what would he need to do to be in that same tier with current J-Dub?
I mean, yeah, if he can shoot, then I mean that definitely puts him in another round. But I do think that J-Dub is comfortably better right now than Franz and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
And I think Franz is also. I'm not gonna say that though, because I do think that Jaylen Brown actually does tend to get a bit underrated.
Okay.
But yeah, I do think Franz is better than Jaylen Brown.
Okay. W Zoom Derek. But yep. Yeah, man. I got Jimmy Butler here.
Oh, I mean, I do too, based off of how it's slotted.
Yeah.
But I thought we were doing what we did at. But I mean, we don't have to, because we don't know where they put Jimmy.
Right.
Yeah, real talk. Who do you have here?
I'm looking at my list, and my next name wasn't Jimmy Butler.
It wasn't mine either. That's why I'm asking.
Oh
God, it's
He's gonna say almond.
slot Jimmy, slot Jimmy, because we're 2-1-1.
No. I'm not gonna say almond.
Y'all might name the same player though.
Actually, I wasn't thinking about Jaylen Brown myself, and so now seeing him up here, I would actually go Jaylen Brown, and then for me it would be Jimmy. But that's me though.
Run the ball.
All right, who Derek got?
I already told you Jaylen.
Oh yeah. All right.
I already got Brown.
It comes down to Jimmy Butler versus Jaylen. Let me run the poll.
I think Jaylen Brown's is I know he just had a procedure here recently, but I do think Jaylen Brown's gonna have a caliber season where his FC is gonna be able to get some nasty narratives. Also, I think he's gonna have a really good season. I really do. I think he's gotten better as a passer and a playmaker. If he can have a solid jump shooting season, particularly more so now, even because he kind of not the greatest catch and shoot 3-point shooter, but I know there's several years where he's a really good pull up mid range shooter, and I think if he can get back to being like elite at that, that'll be really valuable for him, particularly this year when he's probably going to be playing off the bounce a lot more than just the volume of it because Jason Tatum's not there. So if he can get downhill, have a good pull up jump shooting season, or in turnaround, because I know he likes to take those too. I think he'll score around 27, 28 points a game this year. Very possible.
Yeah,
28.
I think he's coming off of a down year. Years prior, he was just better from everywhere. So I don't think it's crazy for him to. I agree. I think 27, 28 is completely in the cards. That front court stinks, and Simons is playing for a better deal. and he's going
True.
to share the rock. And JB's going to be number one option through and through.
Chad,
I
vote on
wouldn't
that
be
I'd
surprised
vote
though.
on that
super
poll.
happy if he averaged 28, but
That'd
I
be
think
a
27
good season
is,
for sure.
yeah, I think anywhere from 26, 27. I think 28. Just because he's he's a 70% free throw shooter, man. It's tough. Doesn't shoot 10 threes a game. Like there's so many, facets of his game that I think will cause him to struggle to get to that number. But I'd be happy.
I'm gonna say this for real. I projected Jaylen Brown to have a much stronger season than he did last year. I don't think I can rule it out for this year. I don't think I can, but I also think that he played with better talent last year that was more conducive, at least on paper, to his strengths. I think he's gonna have to do a lot more in different respects as a player to have like a very, very strong season. But I don't think it's crazy.
I mean,
He's
a
gonna
lot
have
of
the ball in
last
his
year
hands
was
more.
injury. A lot of
That's fair
last
too.
year was injury
Yeah.
though. Like he had a wrist, he was playing with a partially torn meniscus, and he had I think an elbow injury. So
Yeah.
a lot of last year was injury, and it's no, because he's not one of the bad Twitter guys.
He'll play through
People
it.
push those nasty agendas. No, I'm not saying that. I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
like people knew he was dealing with injury and still pushed the nasty agendas that, oh, I told you he wasn't that good. He sucked based
Yeah.
off of that as opposed to just being real. But yeah, I think he'll have a good year.
I actually wouldn't be surprised though if
Okay,
he ends
same.
up playing a lot of the four. Just because I know Missoula. Well, I'm projecting Missoula wants to keep somewhat of the same like kind of spacing principles, and so I can see a world where Sam Hauser's at the three, Jaylen Brown's at the four quite often.
Mm.
Ooh.
I
Oh
know they're not
gosh.
going to be great defensively,
Ooh.
but I do think Missoula's going to still want to get up the volume of threes, and I don't know if they can go Kada Boucher at the 4 or 5 like that. I'm not saying that won't be the lineup, but I'm saying I wouldn't be shocked if we do see some Sam Hauser and Jaylen Brown at the forward spots, and then you still have like Anthony and Derek White at the guard spots. That wouldn't surprise me to see that quite a bit next year.
How many times do you think he's gonna roll out a lineup that features Anthony, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, and a big?
Oh God. Yeah.
I was thinking about that as well.
Like super spacing.
Yeah, because that's how Boston plays, and so
Yeah,
I
man.
don't
Like
really.
it is
Yeah,
Chat GPT for Boston.
yeah. They have
I don't know.
committed to that version of basketball. Full
Yes,
stop.
yeah.
What's the
Chat,
poll
vote it
looking
up.
like?
Vote it up. We got 11 votes. I want the poll to get to like 15 votes, and then we'll close it out. What I was gonna say, yeah, Boston's super dedicated to that style of basketball. I think Charlotte is also inspired from that. Being that they got, I believe, one of the Boston guys in their team as well, and their draft, they drafted a ton of shooters, so they're gonna get up a lot of threes and hope that's how we win games. So I think that's gonna also translate there, which honestly might not be a bad idea for Boston because it's the Eastern Conference. A lot of teams aren't the same as they once were. And like if we shoot a ton of threes, we're in every game. I don't think that's too crazy. I have 2. I'll fix that in a minute here. Oh, that's up. I don't know why that's up. I'm gonna try to fix that later. Mike said I can tell you I was in a meeting with Derek White last week and he confirmed that they are going to play very fast. Yeah, Boston's going to have a great pace, and Jaylen Brown is a great player in pace. That does matter, to be fair. But yeah. We're at 13 votes. 2 more votes, and then we'll close out the poll and move on to the next thing. We just need 2 more votes. The poll is spotlit up top. 2 more votes. Just vote who you have between Jaylen Brown and Jimmy Butler. I didn't know that was possible, Derek. I truly didn't.
I've never heard
so let
that
me
before.
pull that up on the side
Crazy.
here. How do I close it out then? Let me see. I don't think they're gonna play JB a ton at the 4. I just think playing JB at the forward talk. I hear what you're saying. He might go to that as a madman in some certain moments, but I think overall, if you do that, you're gonna really bleed up the defense, and I think they want to kind of go against that for the most part. I think his primary, I think his primary spot will probably be here at the 3.
No, he's going to primarily play the 3. Absolutely. I'm saying though, I can't see a world where either they try to throw Sam Hauser out there, or if they can try to get away with Peyton Anthony and Derek White being on the court at the same time, they'll try that out. I would actually be very confident that they would have gone to that lineup more with Jaylen Brown at the 4 if they retained Drew Holiday, because I think you're big enough at the guard positions to kind of get away with that. But since he's going, they're not going to go to it as much as they would have. I think Drew was there.
Oh,
but
it was close.
It was close, but Jaylen Brown got the nod. So I guess we're moving on to number 5. I still have Jimmy Butler here.
That's where I have Jimmy as well.
Very few times you'll ever see me go against 2 of my guys as hard as I had to today. So I guess it feels good to be on the side, I guess, where people are bigging up guys who typically do not get bigged up. But my gosh, what a surprise for me. Jimmy at 5 though. Please let's all agree here, chat panel. Let's get Jimmy slotted at 5. Please don't let him fall any further.
He's not Wes. You're fine. Jimmy's here. Jimmy's safe, because even if Real Talk wants him to slide further, Gifted ain't gonna let it happen either. So you're fine.
I kind of want to make him fall. What up, Evan? I understand.
Yeah, this is the
Jimmy
part
Butler's
where
on the list. So
this is where shit get nasty right here.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Oh God, I just looked at the next name. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm honestly, from here on out, I'm not a believer in.
I'm not even married to a lot of my list after this point, to be quite honest.
I can say a bunch.
I could be convinced.
Oh God.
Give me Amin with KD spacing over Jimmy. I really don't want to say what I want to say about Amin.
My next name is
Bro, that's a really, really bad troll, bro. I can't lie. Like we gotta stop shit like that, man. Gotta stop.
I love Amin Thompson too. I really do.
Real talk. You brought back your old friend Bi.
I'm still a Bi believer. Absolutely.
On the Raptors this year. Okay.
Everybody should be.
I think Bi is going to have a really good season next year in Toronto. I think that I actually think that it's not going to be as bad or clunky as people think. Playing next to Scotty Barnes. Yeah, I think Bi is going to be really good. Good defensive personnel around them. I actually think the Raptors can sneak into the playoffs next year, all things considered. So,
like the top 6 or like play-in by?
Either 6th or just made it in the play-in. One of the
two. I need you to name me, bro. Name me.
Yeah, that's why I asked that, bro. Because that top 6 kind of that's tough.
Yeah. But I mean, 6 through 8.
Name me 8 players. Real talk. Name me 8 players on this Raptors team.
Name you 8 players. Shit, they got goddamn Portal. They got Marcus Sasser.
Okay.
He already named 2. With Bi.
That's pretty good.
That's 4.
Yeah. I call him Portal. Yes, I know. Yeah, they got Grady.
5.
That's 5.
And then they got. I'm not gonna say that because I'm on your YouTube. And then they got Barrett over there. Fact.
Emmanuel
Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly over there.
That's 7. That's 7. You need one more. You need one more, bro. You need one more.
Without the chat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look at who else over there.
They got somebody who went to the University of
Houston?
Yeah.
Did I say his name already?
Nah,
I don't think so.
you said one of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got Shed too.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
You see the balloon?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That was nice. That was good. That was good.
Yeah. And that's
W real
that's
talk
a
for that. W
W
real
chat.
talk.
W chat. That's a crazy
Yeah.
feature. Shout out playback. Keep spamming them balloons, man. It's my
That's
birthday every day of the
funny.
week. Feel me?
I'm gonna be so honest with y'all, bro. The Raptors are one of the hardest teams for me to know what the hell they're gonna look like next year. I think the fit is damn near atrocious. I think RJ Barrett is probably getting traded. IQ also might get packed up. Like a lot of things can shift with this team, but I will say this. Brandon Ingram finally not having to share the spotlight with Zion offensively could be a good thing, but I feel like I don't know what I don't know what the dynamic is between Scotty Barnes and BI. Because even though if people are saying BI is better than Scotty, I think Scotty Barnes is going to get the brunt of the responsibility compared to BI. And how that pairs out and that plays with the very limited spaces they have on the roster confuses me. So it's
Brunt
like
of responsibility where?
in terms of like usage rating. I don't think BI is going to outpace him.
I don't think it's going to be.
No,
I think offense
Okay.
is going to come relatively easy for them when they're all on the court. Actually, I know. I know, like they're not great shooters, but it's like Emmanuel quickly can create an advantage and definitely can extend one. I would say the same for RJ Barrett. I would definitely say the same for BI. I think Jakob,
so they all can create advantages.
No, I'm saying he's just a solid offensive center. But I'm saying like I don't think offense is going to be hard for them. And
I'm just saying the organization believes in Barnes more than BI. That's all I'm saying. Like I think they're firm on Barnes is our guy. We're building around Barnes, and I think that like because of that, he's going to be the focal point of the team, even if BI is the better player. That's what I'm saying.
I think you can believe in a guy and still understand this guy's so much better offensively.
Kukotello.
We can't like it's not close. It is nowhere near close what they are offensively. And
he's a better
what
offensive
they'll
player.
be able to do for the team. So that's why I think Ingram, I think they're gonna play through Ingram offensively and Scotty will get, but I could be wrong, but I would hope they did that. Having Ingram be a supporting character to Scotty Barnes is
asinine.
I'm just saying I don't know. All I'm saying is I don't know for sure, Wes. Like listen, I hear everything you're saying. I'm just saying I don't know. What I do know is Barnes specifically will probably try to defer to BI more. I could see that happening a lot more.
I think they'll treat Barnes like a table setter. And I think BI is going to be their number one weapon, obviously. But I wouldn't be surprised if Barnes and BI are sharing the floor that Barnes is your point guard.
Yeah, see, I'm
helping him out.
Mm-hmm. While BI is doing some 0-4 action and curling to a elbow post-up touch.
For real.
But actually, I mean, I agree. I do think that's how they're going to run offense. Actually, I do think Scotty Barnes is going to be a point forward. I think that's how they try to get away with it. Because he's the worst shooter of the.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That's not a Jakob, but yeah.
Yeah, but of course not, Jakob.
I think well, go ahead, Derek.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say I think they'll find a lot of success if they play Grady over RJ. I think they're actually a good team if they play Grady over RJ.
Fair.
I believe in what RJ Barrett can be. I don't know if that'll be on this team, but
honestly, I think it's neither RJ or Grady. To be honest,
he's okay. He's fine.
I'm taking Abaji over both of them personally.
Abaji from the I liked him on the Cavs.
Not mad at that at all.
He was cool.
He needs the reps. There's a world.
Do you think Grady's ceiling is higher than his?
Agbaji's,
It
me
should
personally, yes.
be.
Yes.
It should be, but I don't know. I just don't think he's that good.
Mm.
Like, I just
Grady?
feel like Grady. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh wow.
Cool. Yeah,
I think offensively, I think he really flashed last year. When they were dealing with injuries, especially when RJ was out to start the season. Although it wasn't a lot of games, but I think Grady has real functionality at the two and in that lineup.
Fair.
Like they need it.
At the risk
Yeah,
of
I mean, if he could shoot the ball well, that
Yeah.
would be
Plays off ball
brilliant.
well,
do the thing he's supposed to
can
do.
attack a closeout. Yeah.
Right.
Can pass like he does. Yeah, RJ is just something. He's terrible to me, dude. Like
I mean, with like I can't since I can't compare another white player to anything but another white player. I mean, he's Corey Kispert. Like,
Okay.
he'd be a lot cooler in a better situation, but I don't know. I don't see Grady climbing. I think Agbaji
Fair.
actually just does his job better than him anyway.
I guess if we're looking at the guys here, though,
interesting.
like I think the closest guy to BI on this list is what? Paul George DeMar.
Jamar.
Like
Left?
I'm just
Resume might
really
say
Denny.
that,
Yeah.
but
I would say Denny. I would say Denny is the
Yeah.
closest of these guys for
At
me.
6, it's funny because those are my next two names.
I just
could-
don't know if like I want to take Denny over BI. I'm really thinking about it, but I think
Please,
BI is probably
you
just a
can
better
stop.
player.
You can stop. You don't have to think about it. It's Bingram.
I gotta think about it.
It's
Okay.
Bingram. It's Bingram.
Mm.
I have Bingram at 6. Real Talk has him at 6. Let's see what you and Derek have.
I'm fine with BI. I had Denny at 6, and I didn't feel that great about it. BI was at 7, so BI can go.
Just out of curiosity, what was Bingram's range for you? Was it he could be as high as 5, as low as 11? Like what was his?
Yeah,
range?
he could have been as high as 5, as low as 8. I think his floor is pretty safe this year.
Okay.
Because I just don't think I don't see how BI could be so atrocious defensively where you would slide, which is really the only thing that some of these other offensively inept forwards can do is they can play defense. And it's can BI be so bad defensively that he bottoms out? I don't know. Because he's
Is
just
there a
got.
chance he could be neutral this year?
I'm
possible?
He
hoping.
should be around them.
Yeah, I think I was
Okay.
gonna say neutral is
Yeah.
kind of the hope. I mean, or
Right.
the expectation. There's only 2, maybe 3. Okay. Yeah, maybe 3 players that offensively could go toe to toe with BI this year left on the list. So I don't know. I feel pretty good about that.
I think that's fair. I would go BI here. In terms of next, this might be biased, but I'm taking Denny. I think he's in a very good overall situation. He impressed a ton. I think he's a very skilled player. And I think defensively he can do some things. I just like him as a player a lot, and I think there's a lot he brings to the game. We know he's better than both, I would say, Thompson twins. We know that already. And
We don't.
I
know
just
that.
think we do. And I just think that he's in a great spot. So
Yeah,
I lean Denny here.
Denny is outside of J-Dub, in my opinion, the best Swiss Army knife on the list.
Right.
And I mean, I think when you're looking for a 3, that's ideally what you want. If you don't have, this otherworldly offensive player, the next best thing you can do is just do a little bit of everything. Basically, can you play 2 through 4 is really what you're looking for as a 3 nowadays. And I think Denny can do that pretty easily. The offensive growth is legit. His defense has always been a positive. Now I think it's above average. I mean, it definitely helps in the setting he's about to be in. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Every team wants a Denny.
I mean, sure. Yeah, I think you can make the case that Denny's definitely more malleable than Amin Thompson.
Good pull. Good pull.
I don't know, man. And I guess a lot of my Amin hype is just what I'm picturing he is going to be next year. Which is number one, I think there's just a lot of value in being arguably the best defender on the list. That's kind of where I'm at with that's kind of also where I'm high on J-Dub. I think J-Dub and Amin are the best um perimeter defenders in the league, all things considered. Um Take your pick. But I'm adding that to some. I think Amin has some really good feel for the game. I think he can pass the ball well. I think he play makes well, and I do think that with more scoring aggression, at least, that we'll see those qualities shine through even more. And then, really, I'm just wanting his counter to deep drop coverages be, can we expand or get it even a little bit better on that floater game, that midi pull up game? And can you hit free throws at a decent rate? If we can do that, then I think he's definitely a good enough offensive player to where that defensive value really shines through and the ranking of these players. Because then on top of that, he's one of the best off ball. Although he isn't a shooter, definitely gives you vertical spacing, can put him in a dunker spot, and he can operate out of there. One of the best transition players on this list as well. Um, yeah, shout out to Amin Thompson. I got him next on the list, and I got him one spot ahead. I got Denny next, but I had Amin over Denny. But y'all probably have Denny, so it's fine.
Yeah, I voted Denny at 7.
Now is your time, get there. What do you mean by that? what do you mean now is my time? I think Amin's gonna be really good next year. My question with Amin is like, what lineups do you think are gonna best maximize him? And more importantly, like, what is the like consensus starting 5 if you're Houston this year?
I think the starting 5 is going to be Fred VanVleet. I was actually asking him about Amin because he could possibly start.
I thought he was going to be 2
at the 2 guard.
He's not on my
Yeah,
list
he is
because
the
he's a
2.
2.
I got Fred, Amin,
Yeah, he's gonna start.
Kevin Durant, Bari Sengun, basically.
Yeah, that's their starting lineup, and
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
changes. I don't think that changes at all.
That lineup will have more space for Amin than he's ever played in his entire career.
Wait, so like, if that's the case, we're saying Bari's the 3 and KD's the 4.
Flip
No,
it, but
I'm
yeah.
thinking KD's the 3 actually, and Bari's the 4.
I think
So
I think
so
it's
is this
the
not the
opposite.
small forward
I think
list?
they.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
I didn't have
we
Thompson on
put
the
him
list
at 4.
because I called him a 2.
No, that's fine. But I'm saying, if Real Talk says he has KD at the 3, is this not the list for KD right here?
Yeah, I have KD at the 4. I think.
Yeah, we already did him.
From the
Yeah, so, I mean-
Houstonians I've spoken to, they seem to be pretty confident that they're gonna play Bari at the 3, to keep KD from being taxed more. So like
That's fair.
offensively,
Does Bari know
offensively
that?
Durant may function as a. Said, does Bari know that? I mean,
he got
they could be
paid.
wrong.
I
but,
mean, no. I'm not even saying they're wrong. I'm saying Bari versus KD's feet is sadly a competition.
that's
Like I
fair.
don't know who you're trying to protect. It should
No,
be the
that's really fair.
37-year-old.
That's really fair.
I agree, and that's why I'm thinking
That's
KD
fair to
is
say.
3 because I think KD still to this day is a better lateral athlete than Jabari Parker. With Jabari Smith is Jabari Parker, and I think he's going to
What
be
could have
taking
been, man.
Yeah,
more
man.
of those assignments than I think we're.
Shoot,
I'm not putting Bari. If I'm them, I'm not putting Bari on them 4s.
I'm gonna
Or
take it a
for-
step further. I don't know
I
that
don't
Bari's a
want to, at least.
this mic again.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
think
Derek.
Bari's a guaranteed starter. I'm gonna take it a step further. I think DFS or Tari could steal that starting job.
I ain't gonna lie. Tari's a good shout.
Actually,
think-
DFS.
I like
I think
Tari a lot.
DFS. I like DFS. I think Tari. I don't think they can afford to start Tari. I think
Probably not.
I think they've got to go with some semblance of spacing. I think it's important. especially because they lost on ball create like for everything that Jalen wasn't. He for sure was someone who could shoot off the bounce and could
Yeah.
create off the bounce. And them losing that element, because Durant, is Durant, and he can shoot off the bounce. It's just different. And
Right.
creating from the perimeter that matters. Their backcourt is Fred and
That's
Amon.
it. That's it. Really.
Yeah, I don't think they can afford to really do
I mean,
Amon and Tarek.
Reed's the whole mystery card.
Reed's the guy they really want to pop out of all of them. If we're being honest,
But even
if he pops,
even if he pops, he's a one. They need him to pop so he can take Fred's spot.
right.
But he can function similar to like Jalen and really getting it off the bounce in ways that I don't think Fred truly can. So that's fair.
Yeah.
So then, I guess my question is like,
We're a ways from that though.
we already did KD at the 4 lists, so I think we got to like stay consistent by not putting him on this one.
Yeah,
So,
he
like-
won't be.
Yeah.
Right. So if we're doing that, then Amon's at the 2 then. And we put Jabari instead. Now, my thing is, are we saying Jabari makes this list?
No.
Nah.
Respectfully, no.
He don't make it. Yeah. I agree with you on that.
That's interesting too, because
He played good
I
last year. in the playoffs.
understand him playing
he's a
the
fun
2.
player.
Yeah.
I understand Amon playing the 2, but he's not a 2 guard, dude. Like I think every other
Yeah.
player who moves between positions, like Jaylen Brown, it makes sense. Years he plays the 2 because he came into the league as a 2, so he can be a 2 or a 3.
Right.
Amon, I don't care what position he plays. He is not a 2.
He's more like a 3-4.
He's a 3. Like 3-4, small ball 4 for sure. But yeah, that I don't care where he slotted. That's a 3 if I've ever seen one. Yeah, calling him a 2 is just so. Like putting him on the 2 guard list is so crazy. But I support it. It's just like mentally.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. Trust me, I know.
I mean,
I agree with you
them position listings though at this point is just. I mean, he's not going to operate like a traditional 2 anyway. He's gonna
Yeah.
Bro,
but I mean,
I'm gonna be so honest
he'll
with y'all.
guard 2s, 3s, and 4s or whatever. Like,
I was gonna wait until we
Some
got
points.
done with every position. I think next year we should stop this shit and just do wing, big, guard, and just do 3 big ass tier lists. That might sound kind of crazy though, but like I think that's way easier. Like that's a
Yeah,
big.
it is.
That's
As
a
long as
guard,
we become
you know?
more efficient, I think we could do it.
Yeah.
These 15-man lists take 3 hours, so
Yeah.
if we do
True.
that, boy, oh boy. But I'm with it, man. Whatever works, man. Whatever works.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, after BI, I got Denny.
Yeah, I think Denny got it. 3.
Yeah.
I got.
Okay.
3-1.
Now, here's my question, and like I'm already knowing we have one panelist up here who's going like not say anything positive.
Don't put that on me.
Are we gonna leave PG? like I know he cooked a little. Bro, the minute I try to
Playback.
Georgia Bone, the minute I try to throw Paul Georgia Bone, they said, "Man, shut this shit down."
Yeah. Paul George clapped the stream.
The actual minute I try to throw Paul Georgia Bone, they shut the whole shit down. That's crazy, bro. That's actually funny.
That's 2 for God, and the microphone acting up. Yeah, that's 2 for 2 for playback. Back-to-back days.
Yeah, man. A lot of features I'm learning, but like I didn't expect.
So are they.
A lot of features, a lot of new stuff on here.
Yeah. I'll let Wes rejoin in the meantime here. But yeah, man. After Denny, so okay. So then by that logic, are we going to place Amon at the 2? Would you rather okay.
I think that's
no
I
problem.
mean, makes 2 more fun.
Yeah, because that's another one. I mean, once you kind of get past,
There's a few, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start
Yeah.
getting messy. I don't know, man. I mean, the
Tay,
PG
he has more?
talks.
Apparently, Pablo
Awesome.
Torres has more evidence on the Clippers.
What,
Like
he just
more.
dropped?
You
Like
talking
just
about
now
the
dropped?
payment thing, the 1 point whatever million payment?
He put something.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
we saw that. We saw that, Tank,
Yeah.
about the co-owner investing. Yeah, we briefly discussed that earlier.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch that in my spare time for sure. Cause that shit sounds crazy. But yeah, man. I do think adding Amon to the 2-guard list will be a very fun conversation because it's gonna be a real measure of like how highly we believe in Amon. Plus, like, I do think the 2-guard list at a certain point does get kind of stale. So I'm not mad at it, honestly. Rockets head coach on Kevin Durant's mindset. He's a guy that doesn't want us to just lean on him. That's his measure to allow the young guys be who you are, continue to grow in those areas, and I'll fit in where we see necessary. That's such a KD answer.
I was
too.
about to say that's very much KD.
I think
Yeah.
I freaked out. I made this is months ago too, but I made a TikTok or something yelling at the screen saying if Ime Udoka uses Alfred Sengun as the offensive hub and Kevin Durant's on the team, he needs to be fired. But that's exactly what's about to happen.
That is exactly what's going to happen.
I feel like
100%.
Alfred Sengun is finna still kind of be the focal point, and KD will kind of play off that. I mean, of course, he'll have the ball sometimes. I mean, it's Kevin Durant, but like,
yeah,
I think that's still going to be the hey Sengun, you're at the top of the key. Fake dribble handoff, get into a drive.
I was about to say the Sabonis playbook. And I would not be
get to a
shocked to
floater
see
that
Udoka
you
steal
didn't
that.
hit last year that hopefully you can hit this year.
I think that's facts.
All right, who y'all got at 8? Now the West is back.
Since I was back. I just hadn't cut my camera on.
No,
but since we clipped Amon, PG.
How about you, Derek?
He is not at 8. I mean, I said before this list gets messy. Because it's a lot of like who could pop, who's good at their job right now. Like it's a mess of guys that all fall into that. The immediate next name was Mikal Bridges for me. So
I don't think that's terrible, especially how you played in the playoffs. I think Mikal was pretty good. However, I mean, I still got a Min Thompson, by the way. I'm a Min until he gets on the list.
Real talk, we just said he's the 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot. My fault.
That nigga was ready. Like, hey
he's
man,
still on the train.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, who's here?
Well, my initial name was Paul George. I ain't gonna lie to you. I understand like how bad last year was. I really, really do. But it's like, bro, like he should be able to get back to something better than this. I don't think this is like the full Paul George experience. And again, I could be wrong. It's Philadelphia. You hate your franchise, so maybe he is. I don't know. But I think here could be a fair spot. And I hate to say this word, but assuming Philadelphia, but that's the problem. Assuming anything in Philadelphia is hard. That's why I struggle with this. I had him here, but I didn't feel good about it because of the health. Only reason why for me. Play-wise, I think here could be valid.
Like, I'm looking at mine and it's like, Do I actually think these people are like better than Paul George?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it like, are they really like 100%? I want them over Paul George on my team, hypothetically.
But PG's coming off what? How many games did he play last year?
41.
Played. He barely played last year, bro.
He played half the year.
I just cannot believe he's that ass. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just say it because he was playing like the entire roster around him was hurt, and he was hurt. I don't know.
If he can play the games, I don't know. Like that's how old is Paul George?
34. Oh, I lied. He turned 30. Yeah, 35.
Why is this such a depressing ass conversation right now?
Because like it's you're wrong, Gifted, that I hate my franchise. I love my franchise. The problem is they don't love sense
themselves
or themselves. I don't think PG's in a fantastic situation as far as his body and as far as what kind of foundation he needs to succeed. I still don't even know that his role is carved out yet, because I think in an ideal world right now, PG would have more size on a team to help avoid the clang and bang and the wear and tear. But we don't have any size. And the size that is there that would remedy a lot of this cannot be counted on to play any number of games. So I just can't be confident in the Paul George situation. And I'm already not confident in the player. So I can't have him here in good faith. But I also, there's like question marks for literally everyone else left on the list. So I don't know what to do with him.
Exactly. It's not like.
How you feel, Wes?
I mean, I voted him here. He was at 9 originally. Seeing as though we moved Amon to the 2-guard list, though, I think he's 8, and I have no qualms about it. Like I think 8 may be something that we look back on and we were spot on. It may be a low ball. I don't think that he has another regression coming. I do think this is a bit of a redemption year. Now, whether or not that redemption leads him to overtake some of the guys in front of him is something that I can't say, but I definitely don't think he'll be as porous as he was last year.
Okay.
I feel like damn near every offseason we saying this like a Paul George, like, well, he finna really show him this time. And it'd be like, for the first 20 games he do, and then it'd be like, But I still think.
mean, this is the first year he really fell off.
I got
okay.
If we did this list going into last year, if we were doing this list like going into the 25 season, Paul George wouldn't be at 8. So like I think this is the first time he actually fell off.
I still actually don't know how much higher he would be though.
Yeah, I like.
No,
I'm
man,
definitely trying to think of like how
you gotta
high.
Stop, dude.
What
you would have had Paul George over Jaylen Brown going into this season?
No, I would have had Paul George over Franz Wagner. I would have had Paul George over J-Dub. I think going into the season. So I think the sliding.
What? Wait, what?
I would have had Paul. Yes, going into the season, I would have had after Paul George's 24 season. Paul George was better in the regular season than J-Dub. It's not a question. It is not a question. And offensively, there was such a massive gap between those two players. What happened in the postseason was bad for Paul George, but it was also bad for J-Dub. Something we can't just summarily dismiss. So that's he would have been over Franz. He would have been over J-Dub. But even if that's a conversation, and we're projecting that J-Dub would have been better, I'll take that name off. He would have been over Denny. Would have been over Bingram. They're like he's behind Jimmy. He's behind Kawhi. He's behind Jaylen Brown. And then we could say J-Dub, so he's at 5 at worst. I think this. Hey, it doesn't matter. We're in 5 going into 26. But come on, man, we got to stop playing with that guy.
I'm
You gotta
kind of
stop.
there.
Let me stop.
you,
All right.
you about to say some real deprecating shit on
If it's 3-1, put them up.
I think it's 3-1.
I would have had him over Franz, but I do think them other 4 up there, I'm probably still taking, because this isn't even including this year, Jimmy. This is you saying before this season.
Yeah.
Well, I had him behind Jimmy. I'm saying the
Right.
conversation would have been
I'm
between
saying
him and
I
J-Dub.
would also too have him over. I would have Jimmy over him as well.
Oh, yeah.
And Jalen, both
Yeah.
Jalen's and Kawhi. I actually think it was flipped. I think Paul George kind of outplayed Jalen in that playoff run in 24, but J-Dub in the 23-24 season was a really good shooter that particular season for whatever reason. And because let me see. I'm not sure. It was 54 from the field, 43 from 3, 81 from 62 true shooting. And I mean, by that point, he's already now is an elite defender. But Paul George did outplay him in the 24 playoff though. So I wouldn't have been like too mad if you said Paul George over J-Dub, but I do think it was arguable.
I just think to Wes's point in closing here, Paul George, for me at the very least, I don't think we're asking a bunch from Paul George this season. I'm not saying, yo, this is going to be Paul George revenge season, MVP, PG, 13, number 2 option. He going to be top 5 or 6. We're arguing for 8. It's like, yeah, he could have a stabilizing season where he's the 3rd option and looks damn good. He could be 8. Cool. I'm fine with that.
Here's open.
Number 9 on this list. With the names that we have remaining here. Who we got?
Mikal for me.
That makes 2.
I got to be so honest with y'all. Everything in my chest was telling me to say Herb Jones over Mikal Bridges. And like I thought about it long and hard, and I'm like, I can't, because Mikal's playing more games, but I'm telling you, Mikal is getting cooked the fuck up on defense this year. I watched a ton of Knicks early on the season. He was despicable. The jump shot was broke at a point, and then he stabilized and got together. But I still think defensively, Herb Jones is a better player than Mikal. And I think offensively, when he was healthy, at least, Herb was able to show improvements in his game consistently. And I feel like in this upcoming year, with him and Trey definitively starting, Herb is going to have a pretty strong season, even if the box score numbers might not show it. So to me, that's a real conversation. I lean Mikal because he does play literally all 82 games. Last year he played 83 games. So that will be the edge, is the games played. But I think play-wise, it's a real conversation for me. We barely saw Herb last year, and we saw how bad the Pelicans were because of that, I feel like.
Well, I mean, and also, I mean, their best player didn't.
Well, yeah. Of course, on that too. Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, missing Najee Marshall really hurt them. It was kind of rough.
I guess I'm always just kind of higher on this guy than most. Who did y'all have? Because I'm the lone vote here, but I'm also projecting him to be on my team. So,
Tank, they're saying Trey Murphy's going to possibly be the 2 guard on the Pels. I think it'll be Jordan Poole at the 1. You can argue Herbert Trey at the 2. I think Trey Murphy at the 2 just makes more sense. And then you go Herb at the 3 with Zion at the 4. Is that fair to y'all, fellas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're interchangeable. So
it's going to be like a very weird roster for the Pelicans, obviously, but you know.
Derek, and you have Mikal, right?
Yeah.
And then I just like digging Wiggins, man. I don't know, bro.
Oh, you got Andrew Wiggins here.
Oh,
Bro,
he's
that's
trying to speak the
impressive.
Lakers helping. And
Nah, but I'm saying I am projecting.
You
I'm
see the plot? You
Yeah,
see
I
the
see.
plot, Derek?
No,
get it.
I am
I get it.
projecting Wiggins to don the Laker uniform for majority of the season.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
with that being said, I do think offense just gets made so much more simpler for him in LA. While still being a quality defensive player. So I think he'll be more efficient and bring some more consistent defensive value than a Mikal Bridges. But I'm not mad at Mikal Bridges. Like Mikal Bridges is a really good player. And Andrew Wiggins is not on the Lakers right now. So I mean,
Yeah, Wiggins had to slide because of that.
I'm gonna try to not shit on Wiggins too crazy. He gave a lot of good years of his career to the Golden State Warriors.
y'all have
They
a
rebuilt that
championship
man.
because of Andrew
We got-
Wiggins. Respect him.
Hey, listen, 100% I will. But brother, let me tell you something, man. Offensively, that shit been dropping off crazy these past 2 years. Defensively, he was good POA, but in terms of like actually like being able to play solider switch defense or off ball defense, not the same intangibles. And his health hasn't been as Iron Man-y as it was before. And I got to be honest, as someone who was actively rooting for Wiggins, when I saw what he did in Miami, I'm sorry, it was bad in Miami. Like no one watched him games. I watched him games. It was bad. Like he was such a non-impact player on that team. And I want to project a better year for him with like a whole offseason to prepare and whatnot, but I just don't know how he's gonna look in Miami. I don't. And that's what I'm like assuming he's gonna be on. I didn't assume he was gonna get flipped over to the Lakers. He might get traded, that's possible. But like if I have to project him in Miami,
That deal's getting done, by the way.
So you're on that.
It's a matter of time, but we're getting Andrew Wiggins.
Okay, word.
It's healthy for the league for the Lakers to get Andrew Wiggins.
Yes. Our highlight league.
California Stimmy. Okay. I mean it's 2-1-1, I fear. So let's get Mikal in there real quick and then move to the next name. I hear the Wiggins shout, real talk, and I do think there's a good chance Wiggins dons the purple and gold. But because it hasn't happened yet, he is sliding. Obviously, I agree with everything you said. It's a way better situation for him if he were in LA, but he's not, so I can't do it. So the next name I have is Cam Johnson.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he's in a really good situation. I think he was a really good player last year. I don't know why his defense is called abysmal at times. I think it's better than that. But obviously his offensive polish is why he's here. And I don't know, just like the pro is pro. I feel like it's just great value.
Oh, man. Cam Johnson's a good name to say here, but I didn't have Cam. I had Herb. I might be higher on Herb than most people. Like, I dead ass think Herb Jones defensively changes so much for the Pelicans. And honestly, is the only reason why I could be talked into Zion having such a great year, because defensively he covers so much ground. And again, when he was healthy, at least I saw improvements in his offensive game, including his passing. Like, I just think he's another version of a portable army knife type of player. And I like those types of players. And I think that he's a high impact guy. Cam Johnson to me has a much easier fit. I think Jokic can definitely bring the best out of him. So that's why I'm not mad at you having him here. But I think Herb Jones provides more value to his overall system and team than Cam Johnson will.
I get it. I adore Herb for what it's worth. Adore him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just think he's in a worse situation.
That's fair. That's fair too.
It's gonna be tougher for him to get out of it.
Yeah.
Not mad at that. I did select Herb here.
Okay.
Just off of defensive impact, his 3-ball improvement. He's quintessential 3-and-D now.
Yep.
And I think he continues to build upon that. So I put him here at 11. Yeah. Anyway.
This will be 6, 7, 8, 9. This will be 10 actually.
All right. Oh, right, because we took Amon off. That my
Yeah,
list says 11, but yeah.
right.
All right, everything's slotted up. So at
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
at 10 for me. Yeah.
How about you, Rizzo? Who you got? You said Wiggins, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm good with Herb. I mean, I had
Okay.
Herb after Wiggins, so
Oh, cool. Okay. So then Herb takes the spot. So that rounds out our top 10. We now get to the bottom part of the list. I had Cam Johnson here.
I had Wig.
Oh, yeah, Wig. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, so we got a tie on that then. Okay.
Tied once again,
Interesting.
2-2.
I guess my argument for Cam Johnson over Wiggins is I just think he's a much better fit offensively. I saw the ins and outs of what Andrew Wiggins currently is, and he's a guy that should be giving you 20, but it's more like 13 on very mid offensive chops. Doesn't have a great passing field, and defensively he's better at a POA. So it's just, I don't know. It's confusing for me. I go Cam Johnson because, what?
I don't know how to judge Cam in Brooklyn, because we could definitely be, because like people were like hyping, like, oh my goodness, he's like shooting off the dribble now, and he can hand the ball a little bit. It's like
I'm with you there.
Mikal Bridges again. Like, I don't know. Do you go to Brooklyn and get your game off? I don't know. Is he going to do that in Denver? Maybe. We'll see. I think that move is. I do think he's better than Michael Porter Jr. But to the degree of like some people trying to put it, I'm not there. But I have Wiggins, obviously, but I had Wiggins, Herb, Cam. So that's my order. But
I think I'm gonna switch to Cam actually. The more
Okay.
I'm thinking about it, and to the point of his fit in Denver, because I wasn't even thinking about situations that they were gonna be in. And for that very reason, I do think Cam is the name that should be here. I think offensively, I already had him better offensively, but then in
Yeah.
that Denver situation, oh my gosh. And then defensively, what I think they'll ask from him, um, and the infrastructure that they have, I think infrastructures are important, and I think he'll be really good in that infrastructure. So, Cam.
Okay. So now we have the 12 spot here. Who you got, Derek?
I don't want to keep downplaying Wiggs. Like I said, this is like a crapshoot. Like there's a bunch of guys that could go here. I think Wiggs is in the range. It's not crazy. But like two names that I think I'm having a struggle with. Jaden McDaniels. Like I don't know what to do with him, and DeMar DeRozan. Like I don't know what to do about DeMar, and I mean I think J-Mac is definitely a player who has disappointed and makes it difficult for him to climb, but I also think he clearly is still really valuable. So I don't know. I feel like they're all in the same range.
I
forgot about
forgot
J-Mac.
about J-Mac being the
So
3.
as did I. J-Mac would
I
be
would have him
higher.
better than Herb and
Yeah.
Cam.
And
I'll take Jamie
Wiggins.
Daniels. Oh, I'm taking Jada over
actually-
Mikal.
I was about to say I would slot him.
I might
above
do that.
Mikal.
I might do that too, low key.
I would have him. Hell, for what it's worth, bro.
Might be better than PG.
I was.
Listen, real
That's
talk.
what
That's
was
why
about
I
to
was
say,
surprised he
man.
wasn't coming up.
Do I say that? Do I say that?
I was just about. I'm surprised Derek had him so low since he remembered him.
Because
Like,
it's his offense. I can't ever count
his
on.
his offense is
Also,
yeah,
sadly,
okay.
like it was said before, like his defense in the playoffs, it's not like he falls off a cliff, but he does get hunted and it doesn't go so well sometimes.
He's getting
He can
to a
get
point. I
picked
don't know
on.
how old he is now,
25.
but I will say that he's 25.
Yeah.
yeah.
The great thing about J-Mac, and this can go rather quickly, is the fact that he was like 6'9", but like had the foot speed and the lateral quickness to guard like ones and twos, and that length
Yeah.
can be very effective. But I was the people I was seeing him get cooked more so by
Mhm.
this year were like the quicker players, the De'Aaron
Yes.
Foxes. Like De'Aaron Fox, okay, that nigga like 60 this past year.
He,
Like
he was frying him.
those
Yeah.
are the type players. And so for him, the conundrum also is that when if he can't guard the ones and twos, if we start putting them on threes and fours, well, now we have a weight problem. We have a mass problem. Like
Right.
he's getting moved around now. Like Luka, not this past year so much so, but
Mhm.
like 24 was having his way, kind of just dislodging him when he saw fit. So it's like, I hope it's not, because to be 6'10" and be moving out, he was moving defensively.
It's different.
That's
yeah.
And so hopefully he can get back to that. And if he can guard the ones through threes more effectively, then we're right back where we need to be.
I'll keep it short for me. I think Jaden's offensive game every year fluctuates. I think he had a very strong stretch that was promising at the end of this year. How that will play out into the next season, I generally have no idea of. I actually still think I will take Herb Jones over Jaden McDaniels. I think defensively, Herb is probably better. I think Herb's also a better passer as well. I think J-Mac might be the better scorer at times, but that's very up and down. I just feel like I trust Herb more than Jaden. If it came down
That's
to
fair.
it for me.
So are we in agreement? Are we agreeing or in agreement?
Do we all have him better? Well, Gifted was we have him better than Cam, huh?
I have him better than Cam. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I would say he's better than Cam. I would.
So then add him, just put him in front of Cam then.
Cool. I have a name above Wiggins that's gonna make people mad. And I actually I actually have him over DeMar as well. It's the other Thomas twin that no one seems to care about.
He's on my list. He's on my list. He's not above Wiggins. But he's on my list. He is ahead of DeMar. DeMar. Oh God.
I don't know what to do with him. I mean, are we just saying everything's empty calories with DeMar now?
I think he's a very good player.
I think he's very similar to Vooch. He deserves to be 14 to 15.
Okay. That was good.
I have him
good
at 14 on my list, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, I guess, too good of an offensive player to just not be on the list, I guess. But like,
his range, by the way, was 9 to off. So
9 to off.
9 to off. My gosh.
9.
It's everything went well for DeMar. Like if you actually put defense around him, he escaped Sacramento. I think he'd be cool. But then obviously all the other problems, he could be off the list. So
yeah, I had Thompson here because he started out his year with blood clots, so he already didn't really get a fair shake, and he started out slow because he had to catch like the pace of it. But down the stretch, he really tapped in defensively. I am still a believer that he's a better defensive player than Amen Thompson. I think Amen has the higher upside offensively, which so people lean Amen because of that. But defensively, I think Asor is a better prospect so far. And I think that's just going to project higher on a good Pistons team, that he'll come in as a starter this year and have real impact. I hate how we love to like hype up Amen and just leave Asor to the wayside. I'm not on that. I think he can arguably peak higher on this list for me, but the offense limitations are what they are. I just can't really be as far on that, but I had him right here on the list for me. He could be better than Cam Johnson, honestly. I just like the fit of Cam and what he can bring. But defensively, he might be like a top 5 defender on this list, maybe. That's really possible.
Huh? No. He's the second best defender here to me.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
At worst, he's third, but there's no world where he's worse than third. And that's just out of respect to his brother, because I know a lot of people still have Amen ahead of him. But to me, it's J-Dub, it's Asar, it's Amen. Yeah. Defensively.
So, like, where would y'all put him on here if you had to, like, rank him on the list? Because, like, I think Mikal is gonna get it off of like games played and shit, but like defensively, Mikal is getting fried. Like, I'm sorry, the same thing Real Talk said about J-Mac, I feel that same exact way about Mikal Bridges. I really do. He was getting barbecued, and people kill Cat for that, which is fair. Cat's ass, I hear all that. But defensively, he was dying on them goddamn screens, Real Talk. It was bad early on.
Yeah. He had a really down year defensively.
I'm just saying.
In stretches, I don't think he was that bad the entire year, but I think he struggled. I truly do think he grew, and I think he struggled with grow. Like, it's one thing to be 6'9" and be able to Real Talk's point, guard and be versatile, quick, whatever, laterally. But when you get to 6'11", that's just a lot tougher. And I truly do think he's
It's rough.
6'11" now. So I think that was a big part of it. But Wiggins was next for me. Then I had Asar at 14 and I had DeMar at 15. So sorry to spoil, but those were my next three.
Yeah, right there in here.
I have Wiggs ahead of Asar as well, but I actually have one more name. That I would put in front of Asar. I like all the things you said about him, Gifted. I do think maybe I'm not as high on that defense just yet, even though I think he's got all the potential for it. The time and inconsistent minutes, and I don't know that I trust a Bickerstaff offense to give him the looks he needs moving forward just yet. I think they're going to put some other guys in front of him priority wise. Like Asar's, he's going to be a man. Get it off the glass, buddy. Like you're not looking for you. So that drops his value just a little bit. So I would have Wiggs ahead of him. And then, like I said, another name I'll throw later.
All right. So then we'll put Wiggins here since the majority has Wiggins behind Cam. So now we're at what 11, 12, 13. All right. So now we're at 14. I have Asar here still.
I don't hate it. The name I'm throwing out is Aaron Nesmith.
Wow, not mad at that.
Nesmith not a
That's
bad
another
pull.
name I forgot about. I
forgot about Nesmith too. Damn, that's not a bad pull. Am I taking Asar over Nesmith for this season?
I am, but great name though. But
I am.
I don't know though.
It's close though.
Damn, DeMar don't make this list. Welcome to honorable mentions. I'm definitely taking Nesmith over DeMar, man. I'm sorry.
And like it's crazy because this man DeMar has some of the craziest like mid-range efficiency still to this day. But the ceiling of what that means for your team is so low.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with DeMar. Even though he averaging like he's averaging
it's actually not the mid-range accuracy and proficiency isn't the problem. It's that it's all the other stuff that complements that in his game. I mean, we just saw Shea just dominate in the mid-range. Like, that's not the problem. The problem is
can't defend,
everything else.
Can't shoot.
As I see a full review on TikTok say, is everything else accommodating that hoe? Like, it's not the mid-range. It's the everything else.
Right.
Good, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie, Wes. Comparing him to Nikola Vucevic might have been the greatest comp you could do because it's like I get what you're saying. Crazy offensive player sometimes, but what does that mean for my team if you bleed value on defense all the time and I can't really build around you in like a real way? Like, that's fair.
Yeah, DeMar's
been not a bad shout though.
Yeah, I feel so bad saying this about him, but empty calories, he should be the face of that right now. Like, I think he's
and it's crazy.
So useless in the grand scheme.
He be getting real buckets too, but I know exactly what you mean. I know what you mean.
And he's great at the free throw line, great at getting to the free throw line. So he has like two really specific things about him that are all-time great. But the rest of his game is so bad. It's like, and I think him losing, like, if he was still athletic, we have a different conversation.
Mm-hmm. That's a fair
point. But him losing his athleticism is really what's clipped him.
Yeah.
Good point. So then he's not going to be here at 14. I have Asar. Who else?
I got Asar as well, but I also want Asar is a better POA than men. I will say that. but I think Amin does that to a sufficient enough level to where I do think Amin is better around the basket. I think he's a better rim protector than Asar. And I think I think Asar guards better. I think Amin is better against bigger players as well.
Okay.
So I mean, I get it to say Asar is, but I'm taking the rim protection value for a man and saying he's a better defender than Asar. But I mean, I get it though with Asar.
Yeah. I think
I guess
my only comment to that, I think if Asar was in Houston and Amon was in Detroit, we feel the same way. I think it would just be reversed. I truly feel like
He's very.
The Twins are the
yeah,
same.
yeah. Well, not. I think Amon is clearly better offensively, and has more functionality offensively, but defensively for sure, I think it's more situation as
Mhm.
opposed to skill set. Because to what Real Talk said, which I agree with the situation he's been in to show it, but I think if Asar was in that situation, we'd say the same thing.
And like for me, like the thing is, like I think Houston from the beginning of the season to the end were like very good on defense for the most part, and I just think they had better defensive blueprints and mechanisms to make Amon look very, very good on top of how good he is naturally. I think Detroit kind of had to build it up, and also he didn't have a great start of the season because he wasn't playing. I just feel like value-wise, if he's like there functionally, he'll be able to provide similar value, if not better. So that's fair.
I'm actually going Neesmith at the. Oh wait, no, we got the 15. Okay, bet.
Yeah. So then last names here we have DeMar, Dylan Brooks, Mathurin, Brandon Miller, Reese Arche, MPJ, and Neesmith.
I was gonna say, yeah, like
yeah.
I prefer Neesmith. I do feel like it's a little criminal just based off of projections. Even though I don't like him, like B-Mill has to. He's got to get out of the mud. It's MPJ, yeah.
MPJ can't have a very fake year over there.
That's what I mean.
Give me Aaron Neesmith.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. If I'm drafting, I'm taking Neesmith every single day. But like,
okay,
are we gonna look? Do we care if we look silly if MPJ averages 24?
No, I actually no. I'm making that known now. I'm not gonna. I don't care.
Cool. I don't think I would care like that.
That's fine by me. That's fine by me. That's fine.
Well, y'all can see my face, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that Shannon mean?
No. Yo,
I'm one Shannon, man. Pause.
I'm gonna be so honest with y'all, bro. If MPJ averages 25, like I need people to realize Cam Thomas is on the team in a contract year. That nigga Cam is getting these shots up way before MPJ. So if MPJ averages 25, Cam Johnson averaging 30.
I ain't gonna hold you.
That's where I'm at.
I'm starting to realize
it may
that young
benefit
man's
Cam
a very
for
underrated
MPJ
player, by the way.
Yeah, and it may benefit Cam. It may benefit Cam Thomas to help MPJ average 25 because then he'll actually get paid. So if MPJ averages 25 and Cam averages 7 assists, but
that's a good point.
That's my time tonight, fellas. I got to put the little one down, man. I appreciate y'all. As
Wes.
always, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my amazing panel, man. It's love.
How we going, Wes? I'll have this post out in the morning. Shout out to Wes. It seemed like we had Neesmith as our predominant pick, so I'm gonna add him. Derek, I gotta say, great pull because I was struggling to come up with names, and he's actually really good at the sport, so I'm not mad at that. Honestly, let me add him.
I was gonna say there's one more name who I let slide because it's a lot of projection, but then the fact that no one mentioned him makes me think he should appear next week because he played shooting guard last year. It is Vassell. Yeah. So, but that's next season, he should be the 3, I would think. That's why I was torn on where to put
think he's a 3 as well. Yeah.
Who's starting?
I think Castle starts with Fox in the backcourt.
Well, I just think Castle's the 3.
That's fair. I'm not mad at that. I think he could play it. So, I mean, I'm cool with putting Vassell at the 2 guard next season or next list. So, because I love me some Devin Vassell. I think he's going to be a great player.
So, like, would you say Vassell's better than Neesmith as a player?
Oh,
I feel like that's a tough one, right?
I think the tough one, right? I think the ceiling, absolutely yes. The ceiling, absolutely yes. I'll take Vassell. I mean, Neesmith's in a perfect situation, and he just had a finals run, so I'm hard pressed to try and make the case that Vassell better right now.
Hey, man, shout out Lorenz in the chat. He said Cam and MPJ about to average a combined 55 points per game and three assists per game.
They're just passing back
and
and
grew
forth.
as a passer and playmaker. Hey, people are sleeping on Cam.
Cam Thomas.
Yeah, Cam
He's
Thomas.
I mean, he was
interesting
one of the most
player.
double team players last year.
Cam
Like
Thomas
I
is
do.
really good offensive talent in the league.
He really is. I don't think he's an $8 million per year player. I think he's more than that. I think when teams consistently double team you, I know that can speak to your flaw in being able to make the next read. But I also think part of that is, you're just that damaging of an offensive player to some extent. So I think that's fair.
When we play him, we can't guard him.
Yeah, he's very, very quick. I don't think it's crazy to have Neesmith here. I really think that was a good pull. I kind of want to give Brandon Miller some props.
Yeah,
there was a stretch where he was really figuring it out as like the next offensive option. It took a while, and then right after that, he got hurt. So like, I'm not sure what that'll look like for like year 3 here, but I think he can also be very good.
He's my first honorable mention, I think.
That's fair.
Like I mean, you guys know I'm high on
honorable mention.
Hey, DeMar got to get that.
Yeah, he at least.
So what? MPJ and DeMar, it's close.
Actually,
because here's the thing that
is that Ricochet,
Ricochet, yeah. Which no one is talking about Ricochet at all.
I kind of like Ricochet.
He was solid.
I will say also another player. Matherin's going to carry over to next week for me because Carlisle said the 2-guard job is Matherin's.
Oh, so he's not even a 3. Okay, cool. So we'll say for
I didn't want to edit because I'm like, no one's gonna put Matherin in the top 15. I think he has a case next week, or our next episode. But I think it's Nembhard 1 and then Matherin 2. So I think he can make an appearance. I like the Ricochet mention. Really cool close the season. I just don't think he's gonna get enough shots for me to care. Like enough with like some of the other names left here.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest too. I think at 15, I might have to argue for Dylan Brooks. And
I was thinking about that.
No,
I think he's gonna add good value to the Suns.
I don't like MPJ. Don't make me fight for MPJ. Like, come on. But he stinks, but he's not.
He's still. I mean, still a much better defender than Mike.
I for 100%.
It's not close at all.
I get it, but man,
when Dylan Brooks is afforded the opportunity to do a little bit, like he does do a little bit, like oh my goodness,
I don't want to be nasty.
Low-key have a little post little game he got,
real talk though.
He can hit a spot 3. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's nasty looking, but hey, the shits be going in.
I don't want to be nasty, Derek, but I'm gonna be so dead ass. Denver would have definitely took Dylan Brooks over MPJ for their playoff run for sure.
I mean, yeah, because the wrong things happen at the wrong time. I hear that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fair. I was gonna say like because I watching Dylan Brooks on offense get so yucky, and it's like he's in Houston, so like those extra things you're talking about, it's like it happens, and we're like no, and then it goes in. We're like okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. That is exactly yes,
and that probably won't happen as much in Phoenix, which is cool. And if he does, like if he keeps his like the job in Phoenix, play defense, please hit some threes. Occasionally you can go off the dribble and do something. Then that's probably cool. I just like how empty stats is MPJ.
Now MPJ still, he's still one of the best shooters in the league. Like
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how far to drop that off.
Is MPJ going to be a similar defender in Brooklyn?
He can
or
yeah,
a better defender in Brooklyn?
not better.
I don't think he's giving a damn about defense.
Exactly. He don't care. He don't care. It's just like I get it. Rebounding as a defensive stat can be overrated sometimes, but stopping possessions does matter. So it's like there's a little bit of
He
value.
can rebound, yeah. He can
that's
when
it.
he's engaged, offer a little weak side rim pro.
Yeah.
You know? He's 6'10". You know,
He had moments on the actual finals run of being a passable defender. So
He did.
it's in him. I agree. I don't think he's motivated to do it.
I guess what I would say to you, Derek, is the spacing he can provide to boost Cam Thomas and the other Josh Giddey level players that they drafted. Which probably they drafted like 5 Josh Giddeys.
All those point guards, yeah.
Yeah, he can help, I think, maximize their approach. I just feel like for Dillon Brooks, no one is talking about Phoenix because they don't have Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
They have Jalen Green. But if they're going in this rebuild of like a defensive team, Dillon Brooks and also I think Fleming, like those are guys that will be like your defensive pillars in the front court.
Well, Ryan
and if
Dunn
Brooks
as
is
well.
good,
Yeah.
Ryan Dunn. Right. So like if they're able to shift that around and they wind up having a good defense and they're more competitive than we think.
Yeah, true.
He'll be I think he'll be the face of that. I don't know what the Nets gonna be. Probably gonna be complete ass next year.
I was gonna say
I don't know if like your team, like say you're a Western Conference team and you're trying to compile some wins to like advance in the seeding. Like, I don't think you're gonna be wanting to play Phoenix next year. Personally, I don't.
They're gonna be a team that's gonna run a ton, and be
but they're also
athletic.
like they're gonna. Yeah. I think they're gonna defend pretty well too.
Yeah, they're gonna fight for sure.
Yeah.
So and then Devin Booker can Devin Book you.
He might be really unlocked this season too, because now it's like I got the ball for the majority of these, spots now too.
And then no telling, Jalen Green, if he had 8 points the prior game, you need to look out because he's finna have 32,
48 or your head. Yep.
Yeah, I
don't hate Dillon. Dillon's not a crazy shout here.
I just don't know how far I want to take it because, I'm damn near willing to take it this far. But I'm also okay with having MPJ at the very last spot in the 15. I'm good either way, real talk. How you feeling? Because I'm cool. That's the thing with me.
They're both. We know they both aren't like number 1 or number 2 options. So then I'm thinking like, okay, who's going to be better for better teams in more situations? I'm leaning Dillon Brooks. But because I don't know how many teams can afford to have a 4 or a wing 3-4 that can't really defend. I don't know.
Okay. So look. I'm gonna teams. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you're the Lakers, do you want MPJ or do you want Dillon Brooks?
Dillon Brooks.
If you're OKC, do you want MPJ? Or Dillon Brooks.
Okay, so you can go MPJ though.
They can go MPJ.
They can, right? But in spite of, that's the problem. It's just MPJ don't care about winning.
Yeah,
he don't care about grinding and trying.
They would small things. That kind of volume 3-point shooting.
For sure, they could use it.
Yeah.
But I think for vibes and team fit, another Dillon, that sounds disgusting to play OKC on a Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And they have
7 pit bulls and 2 rim pros, and then I can't guard Shea. What am I doing here?
Yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah, I'm starting not to like them.
I know.
They're a filthy built team. They're the process.
And they have every goddamn pick. They have every goddamn pick to get even better than this right now every year.
Yeah, they got Topic coming in, and then Sorber the year after. Sorber's probably gonna win rookie. Well, nah, he probably won't. Actually, next year's class is filthy. But they just keep building talent. It's gonna be rough. OKC.
I want to put this on record right now because we go back to these videos the year after. So I want to know how crazy this is going to sound in a year. But all things considered for Indiana, if they stay healthy, I'm going to be able to run the nastiest victory laps about how overrated Tyrese Halliburton is during
I
the
knew you was
regular
waiting on this
season for
shit.
that
I
team.
knew you was waiting on this shit.
Oh
I knew it,
my
bro.
goodness.
I knew you was
Andrew
waiting on this shit.
Nembhard and Benedict Mathurin, please hoop for me.
Oh my god! You
I
said
just
I want
need
you to
y'all
know.
I
I
just
want you
need
to know.
y'all to have a good regular season. Pascal, hey, you know you will
Have your
always be
best
a
year
caliber
ever?
player. You
Yeah.
feel me? Come on now. Hey, but now the bad thing is though they don't have the Miles Turner. See, that's
And
if they
don't have
kept Miles Turner, I would be
rolling.
saying they would make the playoffs.
I mean, but here's my thing. Even if they make the playoffs, that's not going to feed into the narrative that Tyrese is overrated because they're going to be a first round exit. So who cares?
Especially because I would be if they see how Miles Turner and I could look at their regular season offensive rating.
Oh God,
if it's
that's
still high, yeah, absolutely, definitely getting that off. Sorry,
big first round exit though.
Filthy.
Yeah, man. I'm really trying to think in my head because again, if I go through like the top 3 teams in the Western Conference, the Rockets would want Dillon Brooks over. Well, no, they might want MPJ over Dillon Brooks.
The Rockets might want MPJ. Yeah, see.
I don't know. I mean, I
don't know.
Udoka is gonna want Brooks.
Like, he's gonna want Brooks because
the problem is they just need ball handling. They don't even need another wing. But
they don't.
For team fit, I think they'd rather have Brooks because Udoka wants to lean in so heavy on defense. But neither of them can dribble, so it's like okay. I mean, MPJ is obviously the better shooter, but like he's got the same problems as Bari.
If you're the Clippers, do you want Dillon Brooks or MPJ?
Probably Brooks. The defense thing, man. I think that's what all it is.
It's just more scalable on different teams, and he also shoot. Now he's nowhere near wherever MPJ is as a shooter, but I think the other aspect of this is he's also just more durable than MPJ. Like I can see. Listen, I don't want to speak this into existence, but as Vitar said, we do watch the videos back. Gifted is not surprised if MPJ comes out averaging 25 points for 20 games and don't play a single game the rest of the year. And it's like, oh, look, you average 25. Like, I wouldn't be surprised by that.
I don't know. I like that's why I even mentioned him. But I will say, for what it's worth, MPJ actually played more games than Dillon the last 2 years. Not by much. But what's even crazier is that their 3-point numbers are damn near identical.
What?
Huh?
Yeah. Last year, Dillon Brooks on 6 attempts a game was 40% from 3. MPJ
Dillon shot 40%.
MPJ on 6 attempts shot 39.5 to Brooks 39.7.
Okay. But to be fair,
40% for 2 years.
Yes.
Okay, but listen though.
Yeah.
To be fair, while that is true, we understand the reputation is vastly different. I will say
100%. Yeah.
But
here's the thing. But here's
not nearly the same.
Yeah, that's what. Here's the thing. Like Brooks going to like 36% 2 years ago was crazy, but to be 40% last year on Houston.
Oh, they tried to clap Dick while he tried to speak the gospel.
That's crazy. And the mic cut me off. That's insane.
Right.
To go from Brooks getting 40% from 3 on the same volume in Houston that MPJ had in Denver. You got Jokic creating your threes versus Fred and company.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Dillon Brooks in Denver would be a fucking problem to me. I'm not gonna lie.
That's wild.
That'd be valid for them. Yeah.
I gotta put mad respect on Brooks for that.
If Russell Westbrook was Dillon Brooks last year, they would have beat.
True. Yeah.
You're probably not wrong. But see, I hate saying that shit so much because Russ had a great first round that's just gonna get completely forgotten about. He didn't play well.
Russ is out of a job.
Yeah, he don't got a job right now, which is tough. I ain't gonna lie, Russ FC, we kind of down. Jaden's right there. What? Yeah.
You're Russ FC?
I support Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
I'm honest though.
So if you're Russ FC, then you're objective and you know that he was better than Steph in 2017, right?
I said I'm Russ FC. I don't do crack.
Okay.
It's 2 different things. Yeah. But go Russ. Russell Westbrook is the reason why I started watching basketball damn near, because my brother lived in Oklahoma City. So like when I would go travel for the holidays, I would cut the TV on and he's just dunking and yelling. I'm like, ooh, I like that energy. I'm gonna watch the sport one day. And then I became a Golden State fan. So that's just, I respect it. But they're in hell though, because their man doesn't have a job.
30 point triple double in 2017 with a team that employed Roberson and bro. I've actually gone back and started watching like some of those games.
It's crazy, real talk. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, we definitely are like Russ's flaws get spoken about a lot, but
his
my
pros
God,
don't get highlighted nearly enough though.
Not an elite basketball player. And the fact that people think it's like crazy if you have Russell Westbrook as like a top 5 to 7 point guard is insane to me. His highs are incredible. Now, of course, the lows are, the lows, but the highs are on par with.
I mean, like
a lot of
he is the definition of a double-edged sword, but you got to really put emphasis on the double edge offensively, because there are moments where it's like not many players can make that quick high leverage pass to generate that shot in the corner at that same clip. But also slow it the fuck down. You have 8 turnovers in the first quarter. Like,
he's one of the best interior passers ever. I think his playmaking,
it's facts thing,
is off the charts in his prime. And I also think it's not like I've also just Jokic being good with Russell Westbrook on the court even this past year is not a surprise. He's been really good with bigs for a long time now, or just other star teammates, period. It's not a coincidence Paul George really liked playing with Russell Westbrook. He even said that in LA when they were on the Clippers, and had his best year in his career in OKC.
I mean, my main argument for Russ, and again, like this is why I would say I was probably FC for Russell Westbrook, is that the notion that great players can't play with Russ just simply, to me, isn't true.
That's not true.
Like, I've seen multiple great players have arguably some of their best seasons alongside Russ. I say it all the time. James Harden played well with Russell Westbrook. They figured this shit out. The problem is their whole team wasn't bigger than 6'8", and they thought that shit was going to work. Sorry. You still need size to win.
Exactly. Like, if they were fortunate enough to have a Brook Lopez archetype at the time, they could have been fine.
Ooh, Derek, could you imagine if they had, like, the real prime Brook Lopez defense? Oh, my.
That's the thing. I think Russ is... He's had the misfortune of being, like, he's been around the talent, but he's never been around, like, the team.
It's not cohesive.
Like, great point.
And I think that's what bites him. But to the same point, like, I wonder, like you said, the highs are so high, and there's only a handful of players that I feel like could do what Russ did. Not even the triple-double stuff, but I'm saying just being so high usage and still creating for others and, like, basically put him in that OKC.
Shit too.
Yeah, there are some wildly impressive qualities about Russ. I also just think, like, I don't want that situation or player. And, like, you know what I mean? I don't want that situation as a team. Like, having to rely on a guy to be the offense and making every decision. And that's the problem. It's like, okay, Russ is my lead decision maker. There's a ton of players I'd rather have be my lead decision maker than Russ. Like,
I just think he was best slotted though, playing next to somebody who is better than him now. But I think that goes for, like, actually even majority of the top 10 point guard list. I think that's true for. So I don't even.
It's not many point guards that we look at to be like the best player on the team outside of what Magic Curry.
And that's what I mean. I don't want. Like, I'm not saying Russ needs to be the best player on the team to win. I do think, like, hell, if the Thunder don't blow the 3-1 lead to the Warriors, like, we could be talking about Russ and KD differently anyway.
For sure.
And Russ would have been the second best player on the championship team for that. I just feel like, on top of playing with, like, the top end talent, I just like players that can get off the ball easier and do something. And that's another thing, like, Russ has just never done. It's like Russ never really learns how to be off the ball until he physically could not be on the ball as much as he wanted to anyway.
Mhm.
See, that's what kills me, because when I saw Russ go to Houston and I saw them running some faint off-ball screen, I'm like, wow, Russ is really fitting in well off the center screen. And then they slowed that shit up at the end, and then it became James Harden and Russ. My turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, which is working. They were hooping. It was crazy-ass offensive games I got a chance to like really witness, but the longevity of that just isn't really great as the ceiling.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So, you know. But yeah, that's how ass MPJ is. We had to deflect away from that to answer the question of, is it MPJ or Dylan Brooks at 15? Because dead ass, like, it is a
Dylan,
depressing
though.
conversation.
I'm taking Dylan too.
I'm taking Dylan too. Niggas gonna be tight. Hey, bro, it is what it is. I dead ass don't think that's crazy. And then we go MPJ honorable mention.
Nah, Dylan's the last one, right?
Wait, Dylan's the honorable
3,
mention.
4, 5.
Oh,
6,
you're saying Dylan's
7,
the honorable
8,
mention. So
9,
you're saying
10,
you have MPJ
11,
at 15.
Wait, I can't count. 1,
No,
2,
we already
3,
have
4,
15 with
5,
Neesmith.
6, 7.
Dylan is the
9,
last
10,
honorable mention.
11, 12,
Oh, wait.
13.
Wait a minute. I think I messed this up. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, what happened to our list?
This is
My
the
math is
wrong.
Yeah, about to say J-Dub's missing. I was gonna say we lost some heads.
What the hell happened to the list?
Oh,
hang
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
J-Dub's missing. I was like doing my count. I'm like, wait, Dylan fits, but he shouldn't.
Yeah, Dylan should be the last one.
I'm confused at what happened to the
Yeah,
list.
what?
Hold on.
Is it when we like crashed for a second?
Oh yeah, the crash might have actually wiped it. So
what?
then
Shit.
I'll just re-add
Yeah, J-Dub,
Jaylen
Jaylen
Brown and
Brown
shit.
are missing.
Yeah.
I don't know who else is missing.
I'll
We're doing the
add
list again.
Jaylen Brown
Yeah.
real quick. That's actually hilarious. That even happened. I had no idea. And then J-Dub on the list too, and then click submit. All right, so then that will read now as J-Dub at 2. Then we had Jaylen Brown here. I think we had Jimmy here. I think this is what it was. Oh, voting why? Worst case, right, exactly. MPJ definitely crashed the website.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Or we're missing one again. What the hell?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Who are we missing?
I just can't count. I'm tired. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I
4,
thought
5,
we had
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, that's right. Sliding. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Something's
We're
off.
missing J-Mac.
Oh, J-Max we're missing. You're correct.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. That's the guy who is missing. Good call out, real talk. Let me go back to the folder I had him in. Yeah, I was confused for a minute. Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, I know I can count.
I think we had Jaden behind Herb.
Yeah.
And above
and then Dylan slides and kicks MPJ off.
Now take MPJ off. Yeah, where he belongs.
Oh, we took MPJ off honorable mention. I see.
Nah, B-Mill in front of DeMar.
Oh,
B-Mill took
DeMar
11
on
threes
this
last
list
year.
for respect purposes only. So he's at the end.
So that's all right. So our final list here, we have Kawhi at 1, we have Jalen Williams at 2, Franz at 3, Jaylen Brown at 4, Jimmy Butler at 5, Brandon Ingram at 6, Denny at 7, Paul George at 8, Mikal at 9, Herb Jones at 10, Jaden McDaniels at 11, Cam Johnson at 12, Andrew Wiggins at 13, Asor Thompson at 14, and Aaron Neesmith at 15, with honorable mentions of Dylan Brooks, Brandon Miller, and DeMar DeRozan. I ain't gonna lie, this list don't look that bad.
No, I feel good. I feel like I said that at the end of every list. It gets messy at the beginning, and
which is a good thing.
It looks nice.
Which is a good thing. Yeah, like I don't think we're making bullshit lists. At least in the moment, at the very least.
I mean,
point guards
really is that number one, but outside of that, I mean,
yeah. Agreed. Yeah, no,
I
point
ain't gonna
guards
lie,
is going to be the
point guard's
most
gonna be
bullshit,
fun.
probably.
Yeah. Damn, why you do that for
Yeah,
playback?
point guard.
Yeah.
I mean, point guard. Just number one probably is going to take us some time. I don't know. So
Oh my
yeah,
god, point guard number
Set
one.
number for ourselves to talk about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna by far be the most fun list.
to use their thinking caps come next list. Well, for the
Oh,
point
man.
guard list, because one's
We got to
been
lock in on
better
that one.
there in the entirety of their lives. Okay, one had one better year while the other was hurt. Outside of that, we've been better our entire life. So
Like
let's
a real
not
talk
get it
campaign,
confused.
man. I
Thank
get it.
Oh man, that Laker boost, man.
Lakers,
kiss,
I'm a
man.
Luka fan. I was a Luka fan before he was on the Lakers.
Tom, I did. Yeah, we do that to keep the trolls and shit out, and also to get it on YouTube because all the VODs are going to be living on YouTube. I'm actually going to make a playlist and call it top 10 lists. Sorry, top 15 lists for 2026. So that way we'll know exactly where to go after we come back and see how all this shit ages and shit. But yeah, I don't hate this list. I think this is valid. Good stream for the most part. We'll be scheduling the list for shooting guards sometime later on. I think shooting guards is going to probably be the most hassle-free list compared to all the other ones.
I think so. I hope so. I don't know. I've got some takes.
Yeah, we'll see how that shit looks. So
I got
I
to
don't
see
know.
who all are two guards nowadays. So
you know that's a good point because these motherfuckers be changing spots every year, bro. At this point. Let me screenshot this list. Woo, they gonna be mad as hell. What? No MPJ is gonna average 26 in Brooklyn. You don't have MPJ here?
I really don't
No.
think there's gonna be. There's MPJ
The
fans.
MPJ
Sorry.
fans.
I didn't.
Be
even,
MPJ himself.
All the
Yeah,
people that
yeah.
tune into his podcast and shit, they fuck with MPJ the long way. They think he
Isn't
think
he
finna be
playing
a
for a
star.
contract?
What is
MPJ?
his contract? I thought he had
Yeah.
That's
2
a
years.
good question. I thought he had 2 more years left.
I'll look it up.
Oh, he got 2 more years. Oh, okay. Well, he's playing to be
He's-
on a better team. If I was his agent, I'd be like, "Hey, can you stop being a blabbering idiot online, please? While I try to find you a good team to go to."
It is crazy
That
how as soon as he
really
left
helped.
Denver, he started popping out more with that
Yeah.
white tank top,
Yeah.
just getting all his shit off. Like yeah,
2 years, 38 mil this year, 40.8 next year.
Good
At
guy.
29, he's an unrestricted free agent. So,
yeah.
He's made his money. Shout out to MPJ, man.
I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Kawhi and MPJ, the real paper getters in the NBA. in the NBA.
Honestly.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. And Jimmy Butler. Man said, I don't give a fuck what the fans say. I'm getting my bag, and then when I get my bag, okay, I'll play. And he
for real.
got it. But yeah, that's the stream. Any closing thoughts before we get up out of here, guys?
W stream. Everyone who stuck around, thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Definitely look forward to trying to do one a little bit earlier next time if hopefully we're able. Work on just had me clapped. But always great talking with you guys. So appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Same. Ditto. Great list. Excited to do these next two. Excited for basketball season to come back.
I
honestly.
can't wait for this shit.
We're
real
not
talk.
we're not too
Yeah.
far away, man. And just also that also means it's WNBA playoff season, which is also a time as well. So I'm gonna be enjoying myself these, next month, and then NBA's back. So yeah, man, we're here.
I'm happy real talk mentioned that because to be honest, I've been so busy with work and other things that I actually took a lot of this off season off. I haven't watched as much W as I did last year, and I gotta say, real talk. When I opened up the app and I seen, wait, the Aces did that? They went on that
Yeah,
type of run.
yeah,
This
yeah.
shit is so. I'm gonna tap back in because by all accounts, they probably have a chance to win again this year. And if that's the case, Asia, listen, that Asia Wilson prop gonna be legendary.
I actually come on playback frequently and just watch my preview remote and just watch the games.
Nice.
Hey, ball.
Ball,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
stream them though until the playoff time. Though. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm up here with you. I'm up here with you on that.
Take
But yeah,
advantage of being able to watch the games on here. Absolutely.
As perks of being a creator on the platform. But As always, we will catch you guys. Have a good night, y'all. I'm about to go to sleep. Sleep well, y'all.